put up of the behind the scenes of the making of the Opie and Anthony We Are the World.
This is an extravaganza.
But people are watching the video and they're going, where's Stalker Patty? Where's Roland? Where's Anthony?
Hey,
where's
dummies.
Jimmy doing his characters? What about you? And just naming all these people. And I'm like, that was only one recording.
And it's like, we don't want to show the whole thing before it's done.
Right.
It's got to be edited together nicely.
There was another recording session after that video was made where new people came in. Roland, Stalker Patty, and a few surprises.
I actually did part of my session yesterday in my coat with my bag in my hand as I was leaving. They actually had to drag me in there.
Yeah.
But did a couple of parts.
But you filmed your part.
Yeah, recorded, laid it down, and Sam was videotaping it. Mm-hmm. So, I cannot wait till this is done. It is going to be epic.
I think we got it. I think we got another week. Maybe by next Friday we'll have the finished product, I guess.
Yeah.
And supposedly they're supposed to get some outtakes from the sessions.
Oh,
that we could play today.
The whole thing's a fucking outtake.
I know. I thought they were working on that, but I don't have it in front of me yet. A few outtakes from the recording session of our version of We Are the World.
I'm sure they're working on it. I like the still pictures that show some of the moments that were captured. Seeing Big A hugging Pat from Unaki after the session, it'll bring a tear to your eye. Just knowing that they're hugging each other with the camaraderie, knowing that they're helping.
Helping who?
I have no idea.
Helping who? We're not selling this thing.
Their own self-promoting asses.
Because we're using a karaoke track, so we're not even allowed to sell this anywhere. I mean, if we did this right, we would maybe, I don't know.
Can we do it till the C&D comes?
We could probably do that. Or we could get a band to just lay down the fucking We Are the World track.
It's for charity.
And then we can maybe make some actual money for local homeless people or something. I don't know.
That would be
That's too much work.
We'd need an orchestra.
Do you?
Yeah. Yeah, it would be huge.
Right. But, go to E-Rock Radio on Twitter. He's got all the pictures you were just talking about. The still shots from the recording session.
E-Rack.
This started out as a goofy idea, but it's taken on a life of its own. They're renting studio space here at SiriusXM. The rest of the floor is mad at us. There's executives with their arms folded in some of the pictures going, what the fuck are they doing today?
With their faces blurred out like they wouldn't sign a release for people in their own company. Hey, it's great.
See, they're confused because they actually have a show that wants to work and is working really hard. So they're really confused. They have to put their arms like this. They're like, what is that? I don't recognize this. Is this like work or something?
What are they doing?
Very confused out there, some of these executives.
My God, man.
So we got that going on. What a busy week, man. What a fucking busy week.
I gotta say, I saw a movie last night that I highly recommend. It's called 7 Days.
Yeah.
And I was just gonna throw it on to go to sleep to. It sounded kind of cool, like thriller kind of a thing.
Right.
And so I turn it on, and the beginning is one of those, it starts off where there's just a lot of walking and like people doing things.
What do you mean?
And like things? Setting up, like a doctor is doing like surgery on someone.
Yeah.
So you hear like the medical equipment and stuff like that. And then he's washing up and he's walking home. It's almost like an M. Night Shyamalan kind of a, long time going before someone talks. So I'm kind of watching it and I'm pretty intrigued. The direction is really good. It looks like a good movie and everything. So, and then the first words, I'm like, oh, fuck. Shit. And there's like, words at the bottom of the screen. Words. There's words. So
nothing worse.
Now I'm reading.
Nothing worse than words when you're watching a movie.
So now I have to read my movie.
Even if they only do words for like 2 seconds just to set up what city they're in or something.
Yeah.
It's like, words.
Words.
Stupid words.
I don't even want to read a title card in my movie.
Yeah.
I don't need to know what day it is, dude.
No.
That doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
So what do you do if it was words?
Well, then I'm like, fucking words. And it's French. So the movie's from France.
French.
So I'm thinking, all right, hoity-toity, some kind of shit.
What's sissy shit
I don't
were you
know
watching
what this
last
is.
night?
So I'm like, yeah. And it annoys you at first really bad, but then you just, I don't know how it happens, because then you're going words, picture, words, picture, words, picture. I got to read what happened. I got to see. And then somehow, I don't know how, but you're able to kind of do both.
Right.
Like about 5 minutes in,
your brain just adjusts?
Yeah, your brain adjusts, and you're watching the movie and reading, going, how am I watching and reading?
But I want to slow you down because you were kind of doing a Brian Regan bit there. Words, why am I reading? Oh, movie.
Movie, words.
Movie,
words,
what?
Movie, words. Because it's separate at the beginning. You're like fucking, I'm reading a book, I'm watching a movie. What am I doing?
You ever do one of those word movies? We don't feel like saying subtitles, by the way, if you haven't figured it out.
It's a words movie.
You're doing one of those word movies, and you watch the scene too much. You're like, oh shit,
yeah,
words!
I missed the words. Or you would look at the words and you're like, I missed the scene.
Wait, what are they? Oh, that's what they're talking about.
That's at the beginning. You're fucking up like
you're trying to say your brain just kind of like
your brain settles
adjusts
in where you can look at the entire thing, read the words, and it's got to be done right, because I've seen some movies where they don't leave the words up that quick.
How about
they don't leave the words up long enough, and I'm a pretty fast reader with high comprehension. and I'm like, wait, you put a paragraph there. Could you leave it there for a second or two?
I'm a great reader when I have to read to myself. If I have to read out loud. Hence, copy. It's a little different. You ever do one of these word movies and by, I'll say the middle of the film, you're like, oh, see, I know German.
Yeah. No, I speak French.
Yeah, or French, like, last night was French for you. Yeah, I know French. Because all of a sudden you don't need the words anymore. You're like, I know exactly what they're talking about.
I got it. I'm on it.
Cool. It was that dumb movie, the stupid movie with the concentration camp with the dude that jumped on the chair at the Oscars. And there's a scene of
Life
him
is Wonderful.
Riding a bike.
Yeah, hey, everybody!
Hey, that movie?
Life is Beautiful, yeah.
That movie?
Roberto Benigni! Roberto Benigni!
What happened to him?
Johnville.
I remember that movie, and I said, I don't need the words anymore.
Now I understand the language.
But then again, I kind of know the story, so...
Yeah, you kind of...
So,
Oh, yeah, I'm watching this movie, 7 Days... It's, that's the English title. In France, it's and it's this guy, right? And he's a doctor. And his daughter is 8 years old, and she goes walking out to give out these her birthday party invitations. Her birthday is like in a few days. Uh-huh. And the husband was going to go. The father was going to go with the girl, but he was tired. And the mother was going to go, but she figured since the girl's away, to leave some alone time with her and the hubby, so they do a little fucking. So then they go to sleep. Yeah, there's a little guilt in there.
I was going to say, I smell guilt a
there's
mile away.
There's some guilt in there because then they search for the girl because she's missing. And unlike American movies, these fucking foreign flicks and this French movie, they pull no fucking punches.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a grotesque fucking dead 8-year-old girl scene where they find her. You know, in an American movie, it's like, don't go there, sir.
Right.
Sir, don't go. It's your daughter. We don't want.
I'm doing this for your own good by holding you back.
Yeah, and they show like a girl maybe laying on the ground looking fine.
Yeah.
Looking like she's sleeping.
Yeah.
And he might pick her up and stroke her lovely hair.
Yeah.
And everything's fine and dandy. They showed this dead girl where you thought you were looking at a dead 8-year-old girl.
Oh, my God.
Fucking raped with blood just dripping out of her little skirt and panties around her ankles and stuff, and just gray, dead eyes and looking up. Dude, it creeped the shit out of me.
Oh, my God.
Creeped the shit out of me. And this guy just loses his fucking mind.
The father?
Yeah, father. They catch the guy. They get DNA evidence, so it's definitely him.
Yeah.
And the father then works out this scheme where he's going to figure out how to snatch this guy on his way to trial, bring him someplace, and spend 7 days, because the 7th day would have been the girl's birthday party.
Right.
Spend 7 days fucking this guy up.
Wow.
Just fucking this guy up.
In what way?
He gets like these pulleys and stuff and kind of ties him down and straps him down. And the first thing he does, he takes a swig of his beer, he walks in and clocks the guy in the kneecap with a sledgehammer. And then just sits on the step drinking a beer, listening to him scream in pain.
Jesus.
As his leg blows up. Then he puts a noose around his neck while his knee is totally blown up. He puts this tight noose around his neck, and the guy's now got to hop on one leg to try to keep from choking himself as he's trying to put weight on a leg where it's ballooned up so bad now.
I don't know if I can watch this movie.
And like I said,
I can watch a little of this, but not a whole fucking...
It's a foreign movie, so they pull no punches, these motherfuckers.
Right.
They pull no punches on the brutality that this guy puts against this other guy. And then there's some morality thrown in there, and the guy's second... guessing and a cop involved and stuff. So there's a pretty cool story.
Why would you second guess if your daughter was murdered?
That's just it. Because he's
Fuck
not
that second guessing.
He's not
shit.
He's not like a violent guy. He's just a doctor,
right,
who did this.
Kind of thrown into the situation.
Yeah, thrown into
the serial killer role.
Yeah, and as he gets into it more and more, I think he starts realizing he isn't like that guy. The more at the beginning, he's just loving fucking this guy up.
Right.
But then I think he starts thinking like,
what would be the first thing you do?
I think kind of if you had a chance to do what this guy was doing, it was brutal. But you're looking, going, good.
I would
fuck this guy up.
I would take a hedge clipper and I would take off every one of his fingers and then make him itchy. It would start there. It's just one of those horrible itches. That you gotta itch.
That's good.
Well, you gotta start slow. You can't just go for, you told me some of the stuff he did.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to. No, I won't blow. People will probably
I won't blow because a majority of our audience is going to go read
a little Frenchy movie. Well, he's a doctor, so you could imagine, and he's like
medical procedures,
fucking gastroenterologist, I guess they call him, or something like that. So he's working on people's abdomen, so he's able to do certain surgical procedures to this guy and just leaves him laying there and in his blood and shit and just really fucking They really go all out. Them Frenchies, I got to give it to them. So that was pretty cool.
They don't hold back. But it reminds me of that TV series. I forgot. Was it on Showtime or HBO? The Dentist.
The Dentist, yeah,
with Corbin Benson.
Yeah. Burnson.
Burnson, right.
Corbin Burnson.
The Corbin
I was talking
Burnson,
to
right.
Corbin Burnson.
Right.
I love that one.
The Dentist was a sick fucking, probably not as sick as this French film.
Not as sick as that. And
but
also,
the Dentist got pretty sick.
A lot of people are like, oh, well, they do that on Dexter. Now, Dexter, I've watched, good show, but they do not go anywhere near what the fuck they did to this guy and what they show. Like, Dexter's pretty... All right, he puts the plastic out. He gets going on people with some scalpels and shit and fucks people up. But it just isn't what this guy was doing.
Right.
It was just brutality. Beating him with a chain. And they're just showing flesh ripping off the guy. Jesus. Yeah, thumbs up for the fucking Frog movie. Thumbs up for the Frog movie. And then I saw another one with the guy that was... he played Captain Kirk in the new Star Trek. Mm-hmm. That guy was in a movie called Carriers. You ever see that one, Danny? That's like up your alley kind of a thing.
No,
another one of these viral, humanity wiped out, kind of have to drive along, make your own way, kill people, get gas, and don't catch the disease. Movies.
He's the Kirk, the new Kirk.
He's the new Kirk guy.
That's the Chips guy's son, right?
I think so. Yeah.
The captain or whoever, the guy with the white temples or whatever.
Yeah. The head muckety muck. Yeah. That's his kid, and it's him and his brother, and then a couple of chicks driving around trying not to catch this virus, and it's one of those things. And then there's virus people, that are kind of all fucked up, and I thought that was okay. It wasn't the best virus end of humanity movies I've ever seen, but it held my interest.
But it kept your interest.
Not bad.
We have, is this really Brendan?
Really?
We got Brendan from whatwouldtylerdurdendo.com, wwtdd.com. If you're just tuning in, he's featuring us right on the front page as of 6:30 this morning, which is pretty cool. Brendan.
I don't know why you need me when Anthony's impression is so uncannily accurate.
The guy has a great fucking voice. Listen to him.
Dude, you got a good radio voice.
Voice.
Why don't you want to be on our show?
It's just a few reasons, but what am I, Howard Hughes? I don't have all these amazing tales of adventure to talk about.
Yeah, but you got a cool website that we're pushing that pretty hard.
Everybody goes there. It's like known. What's with the name? How'd you?
Well, he's got to be a huge Fight Club fan, obviously.
Yeah, it was just, I mean, it's a horrible name in hindsight just because it's so clumsy to say the WW thing.
Yeah.
But, no, I mean, I don't know, you got to call it something. And that was my...
You got to call it something, all right?
You can't have a blank, it'll just be a light,
Yes.
No, it was just my fight. It was my Hotmail address for years, and I don't know, it just seemed to have a nice burn it all down.
How long have you been doing the site now, Brendan?
4 years, 5 years maybe.
And how many hits a day do you get? You're way up there now.
I don't know. The days change. It's about 2.5 million hits, or 2.5 million readers a month, and about 50 million hits a month.
Jesus.
Oh my God, are you
that's pretty
kidding
good.
me?
That's pretty.
Yeah.
And where's the majority of your info come from?
Just like Opie was saying, TMZ, all the British tabloids. I talk to, there are some people I talk to directly, but, I'm just so deliberately out of that loop. I'm not.
This guy's just running shit.
Yeah, that's
He's
cool.
just kind of running stuff. What do you?
Are you? I guess you're copying and pasting. You're a
copy paste.
You're a copy paste guy.
Do you have any more of an insight on what's like real and bullshit now since you've been running the site? Like, can you pretty much look at something and go, that's a load of shit? Because our own Steve can't.
Yeah, I can't. It depends on the person. Like when Halperin's on, I hate fucking dude.
Everyone does.
Yeah, we love him for that fact.
I swear, I play fucking saxophone. I'm the biggest thing ever. Are you?
He's calling today, by the way.
Oh, is he?
We were too busy for him yesterday.
I'll take a shit break during that phone call.
No, he'll have some fantastic stuff for us.
I'm sure he will.
What do you think of this whole Tiger Woods thing going down at 11?
I have someone over at Sawgrass that I was talking to yesterday, and they're supposed to be able to get in there for me. So hopefully they can figure something out.
So you got the latest on this?
Yeah,
something just no joke, Brendan. I'm gonna hit you up with this. It literally hit the wire. Travis just handed this to me. Tiger to return to therapy is the big headline today.
Yeah,
I know.
PGA officials say, but this didn't make any of the papers because it came out after everybody, went to press or whatever. Tiger Woods is to return to therapy after he speaks publicly for the first time about his infidelity, according to a letter from PGA Tour Commissioner Tim Fincham that was obtained by the AP. As we understand it, Tiger's therapy called for a week's break at this time, during which he has spent a few days with his children and then will make his statement before returning, Fincham said in a letter Thursday. Accordingly, there was very little flexibility in the date for the announcement. The letter shed no light on whether Woods plans to return to the tour anytime soon.
Bullshit.
So he's had a week off from therapy, comes home to check out the kids, maybe get back with the wife a little bit. And, he'll probably do his dumb sorry thing today that I don't give a shit about. I just want him to play golf again. You don't believe what?
That he's taking a week off from therapy and going back. I think he caught a little flack from this strategy of coming on and doing this little talk, and then they're like, all right, why don't we just say you're doing it and then go back to therapy?
Oh, really?
I think this was an afterthought.
You think it's
yeah, a little more damage control, keep him away from the public eye a little more. Yep, absolutely.
I
know I have a microphone.
Yeah,
Hey,
we're experts.
I've been awake for about 4 minutes now, so I'm punching out.
All right,
Hey,
Brendan,
man.
Thank you. We just wanted to make sure you were a real person.
I want
that's
to
all.
hear your voice.
Yeah, you don't have to be on our show unless you want to be. We'd love to have you.
Thanks for ruining my impression.
Yeah. All right, there goes Brendan from
Later, man.
whatwould.tylerDurdendo.com, www.tdd.com. And we're talking to him today because, we're the main story right now. What is the title of it again?
Slow news day, I guess.
Read this palm, you gypsy bitch.
Yeah.
It's us discussing
line.
the video of the teacher who decides to slap the cop. The cop says, oh, really? And just wails her with an open-handed slap. And you get to see the video and the commentary from our show yesterday.
She just starts bitch crying.
So you don't believe this statement, Ed?
No, I think that's an afterthought. I think they're like, all right, he went to therapy. Mm-hmm. He's going to make this little speech in front of his buddies, which will be televised, so it's in front of everybody.
Right.
It's completely controlled by him. And then a lot of people started giving flack, like, hey, this isn't what he's supposed to be doing. He's supposed to be apologizing to his family and not reposturing his career at this point, and blah-de-blah-de-blah. And then they figure in his camp, damage control, they're probably like, because do you get a week off from fucking sex therapy camp, whatever the fuck it is?
I don't know how well that works.
I don't either, but it doesn't seem like they let you loose for a week to go let your dick fucking slip into a Perkins waitress.
Yeah, why would you be able to leave sex therapy?
And do
to
whatever
take care
you want,
of your boner. Because when you're in sex therapy, they're watching you pretty damn closely.
Yeah. He's jogging head to toe in Nike. The photographers that took it are tied in with the fucking
we know
PGA.
that.
And it's just, there are too many things that made it look more like Tiger wanted to get back into his career, his endorsements, and golf than it did dealing with his problem. Now, I could give a flying fuck. Put this guy on a tee tomorrow.
I want to see him play.
Yeah.
He doesn't owe anyone an apology.
He doesn't.
If he's apologizing to his wife, family and friends,
fine.
All right, then that's what he's doing behind closed doors, I guess. I don't know. He doesn't owe me shit.
Some bitch on some show yesterday I heard saying he should be apologizing to his wife and not be on television.
Let's go.
It's like, what the fuck?
Remember I told everyone to start watching The Insider if you want to get enraged and stuff?
Yes.
They had Jerry Springer on yesterday, and they were going after Jerry Springer. Really?
Jerry
Springer was talking about Tiger Woods, basically saying, leave him alone. Yeah. And they're like, we demand answers. He owes me this. He owes me this. La, la, la. And Jerry's like, he doesn't owe us shit.
Yeah.
And then they try to go after Jerry like, well, you have an outrageous show where you're prodding and trying to get answers from your guests. And Jerry goes, what did Jerry say exactly? I don't want to misread. Basically saying they oh fuck, I need the exact quote. I'm going to mess it all up now. Shit. But basically saying these people don't have to answer any of my questions. We tell them ahead of time. And he goes, I admit that I have one of the worst shows in the history of TV.
He's constantly said that.
Right, but it's different. If the guys could get the audio down the hall, because I'm misrepresenting it, unfortunately, but it was another great interaction with these fucking dummies on this Insider with Jerry Springer talking about Tiger Woods. Oh, is this it? We don't have to cut it up?
Thank you for having me.
Hey, listen, we are so honored. Everybody's taking pictures. It's like you're a rock star.
Well, these cameras don't work. It's much better just to draw a picture.
Yeah, this is going to be the long version. Well, we'll cut it up. We'll do it after the break, because we're going to be talking about Tiger off and on today. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So, whatever, man.
Yeah, he doesn't owe anybody anything. Get on a tee.
I'll tell you this much.
Fucking smack the ball. Let's see you play golf.
I'll tell you this much. He's nowhere near ready to play golf. Just that one shot of him jogging.
Yeah, a little chunky.
A little chunky for...
He's been sitting around.
For an athlete. He looks a little soft, because Tiger, if you know anything about him, he's an animal.
Yeah.
He's an animal in the gym, takes care of himself. He's just a monster. And he looks very soft, like he hasn't been hitting any fucking golf balls or doing much of anything.
Did you see the pictures yesterday?
No, I did not.
They posted pictures... Well, they posted pictures of him swinging golf clubs yesterday on TMZ, which was interesting because when he was rehabbing his knee, he didn't let any pictures being taken. And these again are clearly pictures, where Nike is prominently pictured.
Wow.
And
they want they want people to know him as Tiger Woods the golfer. That's what they're going for here.
Not Tiger Woods
he's got a big smile on his face.
Right.
Oh, look at him. Yeah, look at him. He's
a little... you know what? He looks like he's in great shape.
He's still like, let's talk about him like he's fucking...
What the fuck are we talking about? What am I talking about?
Yes, I'm swinging a club like it's Steve.
These pictures look like they could have been taken in his prime. It's on TMZ.
He's fine. Fuck it.
Sorry, Brendan, and whatwould Tiger Woods photograph swinging. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, he's fine.
Travis, what else you got on this? That's it, right?
Yeah, I tend to disagree with Anthony about how I do think that he's...
Fuck you.
Well, when they announced...
That'll cost you.
I know, right? When they announced that he was doing this press conference, they said that it had to be done today, and, there's got to be a reason for it. I don't know if he's going back to therapy or not, but he did catch a lot of flack for doing this right before the match play tournament. Mm-hmm. So I kind of got to figure that there is a reason that it had to be done today, and it couldn't wait till Monday, because that's what his rep said. No, it can't wait till Monday. It has to be done today.
Well,
everyone's to be done today.
Everybody's going to be watching at 11, but I'll tell you right now, it's going to be a snooze fest. It's going to be a couple.
Apparently, it's only 5 minutes.
I was going to say I'd be surprised if it's 2 minutes. I bet you it's total 5 minutes, but you got a guy like, well, first, before we blah, 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 let me lay down the ground rules. Mr. Woods will not be taking any questions.
He's going to sit down. Want to apologize to my family, and I'll see you on the golf course.
No, it's going to be...
Go Nike.
It's going to be an apology.
Apology.
A sorry. And I take full responsibility.
Oh, really?
The full responsibility thing.
Very important. Okay, I think you're right. Full responsibility.
I think you get all three of those, and then I will return to golf on this date.
Full
and a request for privacy.
And a request for privacy. Travis!
I want to ask the press if they could please, during these difficult times, allow me and my family the chance to heal.
Oh, shit. That dumb
I hate that. How does anyone say that with a straight face? I want to ask the press at this time to please grant us the apology, because all right, fuck it.
And a chance to heal, what I mean is my penis.
Yes, a lot of chafing going on.
A lot of chafing.
Especially around the base.
I really need to grow a few layers of skin at this point. You understand, don't you? Fucking Tiger Woods rocks.
Shit.
Fucking Tiger rocks. Fuck it. Fuck it. You don't want to talk hockey, do you?
Hockey?
It might be a little too deep for you.
It always is.
Eddie.
Okay, guys, I'm going to try to keep it real.
No. Slow down, Eddie. Slow down. Eddie from St. Louis is my new friend because he likes Olympic hockey. He likes hockey in general. He's watching. And I enjoyed the last 2 times he was on our show, but the problem is, Eddie, you go way too deep and you lose a lot of people.
A bit.
You know, remember Michio Kaku? You have to talk in terms of
Disney movies,
very basic
cartoons,
shit.
just moronic things.
Yeah, please. Eddie.
Inanimate objects like marshmallows and fun toys and pinwheels and propeller hats.
Right.
I was going to start off with a joke. I was going to say they may be Russian, but last night they got fucked the Greek way.
So what was the joke you were going to start off with, though?
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
No, you are. Let me look. You're not getting away with saying that with just the sorry guys and then getting into your fucking...
You didn't like that, Ed?
Hockey analysis.
You didn't like that?
That was horrible.
Why was it horrible?
That was just
if you understand
awful...
Olympic hockey, you would appreciate that.
I was trying to find the joke.
It's an ass-fucking joke. I figured you'd appreciate it, Ant.
Well,
look, it's very hard to follow child rape and,
Well, that's true.
Well, and Ant's just talking about the movie he saw.
It's a great movie.
Night. All right, so I
liked it.
So what do you got there, Eddie?
This Sunday, Canada's going to play the U.S. And last night, the USA, they got off to kind of a shaky start, but they beat the living shit out of Norway. And if you were watching the game and you heard the crowd, it was mostly Canadian, and they were chanting, "Let's go Norway." We got to pay them back this Sunday.
Why the fuck? Hold on. I'm an American, and I'm fucking rooting for the goddamn women's Canadian hockey team. Why can't they return the favor and root for our boys? Why wouldn't you want to see the USA-Canada thing?
Really?
It's just rabid nationalism.
No, I understand
that doesn't even explain that. I mean, that's not nationalism. That's hatred of America. And, I'm not one of these Republicans oh, they hate America. They really do hate us. I mean, they're actively rooting for another country against us. That's stupid. We have to really punish them.
No, I think we would be rooting against Canada and all kidding aside.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. We'd be rooting against them.
See, I can only root for my own
life?
team,
in life? No, we like where they are.
Yeah.
They're standing there.
Standing on guard for thee.
What else you got there, Eddie?
Oh, well, Slovakia.
You see the shootout last night?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, after Crosby got that thing, I think nobody expected Brodeur to lose the game for them. That guy's money in the bank.
First 48. It was a great shootout in that one.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, Detroit.
Fantastic. Boy, Detroit has its problems.
Yeah.
Detroit wins,
they won the
every shootout.
shootout.
Jesus. A little slow right now. I gotta wake up.
Love the D.
But yeah, it was a fine game. I got to be honest. I had some shit to do, so I was out as far as Olympics go last night. So I missed this great hockey game. Travis was telling me about it.
What? Just don't miss the game on Sunday. That's all.
Hell fucking no. I'm in front of that TV. When is it on and what channel?
It should be on, well, God, you honestly don't know if it's going to come on just the regular straight NBC or CNBC. They have fucked this up so horribly that I think they have zero respect for the U.S. men's hockey team. Stupid. It's just really disgusting. But it's going to be on, I think, 7:45 Eastern Time, USA versus Canada on NBC or one of their affiliates.
NBC would never show a full fucking hockey game as part of their Winter Olympics coverage.
No.
That ain't happening.
Nope.
Yeah, obviously the Tonight Show is not the only thing they can mishandle.
Well, let me tell you something. Mishandling, they're obviously doing something right because they beat Idol in the ratings.
Well, why would you...
This is one of the highest rated fucking Winter Olympics ever. Mm-hmm. It's insanity. So where's the problem?
Why would Idol decide to do a season during the Winter Olympics? Why wouldn't they
because they're a powerhouse.
But why wouldn't they, change their schedule a little bit and start right after the Olympics or something? Why not? And make it 2 weeks shorter or something if you have to. Why would you go? I don't even know what the fuck's going on in Idol. I try to at least know a little bit about pop culture. I couldn't tell you shit about it.
I have no
Because I'd rather
idea.
watch the Olympics.
I'm not watching either. So
you're not watching
French movies.
Yeah, you're not watching Olympics or Idol.
Yes.
But if you had to choose one, which one would you watch?
Probably the Olympics.
Yeah.
I'm done with Idol. I've been done with Idol for years now.
It's weird. It came out today. Simon Cowell, speaking of Idol, says Howard Stern is not Idol material.
Of course not. Could you see him sitting there judging people's pitch? And, if they have it.
Looks like
sitting there bantering with Ellen DeGeneres about, it just doesn't fit.
Looks like someone's been caught lying.
I'm not lying.
It looks like someone is lying and got caught doing it. What else there, Eddie from St. Louis?
Honestly, whoever wins this game between the USA and Canada is going to win it all, I think. One question I had is, why the fuck are the Yankees trying to make Jabba a starter again?
I don't know about that. Is that happening, Ant?
I don't know. I hear things. It's still
spring
early.
Training is happening.
It's still early.
Baseball is here.
I don't know why Jabba's even on the fucking team. That guy was nothing but a choke artist.
He blew up in that one World Series game, and then he got the W. But check this out. Look at the splits between his fastball velocity when he's a starter versus when he's a reliever. They're not going to swing at that good gas in the first inning, man. He could be like another John Wetland if he gets his shit together.
He talks baseball,
Oh,
too.
you know your shit. Do you do, sports radio or something?
No, honestly, dude, I'm working on my master's now. I'm gainfully unemployed, I guess.
Are you Guy Geyerson?
No, not really.
Guy Geyerson. That is hysterical.
I'm going to do you a favor.
Fucking Dave.
There's a little channel called Mad Dog Radio. I think you should be a regular on his show.
Yeah, no, honestly, I can't stand.
Let's go to Eddie in St. Louis.
What'd you say?
I can't stand to listen to that shit for more than 10 minutes. I mean, most of the callers are jerk offs. I don't want to be offensive or anything, but I prefer your show.
Well, you would be the great
only
caller.
when you're talking about sports.
You only like us when we talk about sports?
No. I mean, I only try to call about sports when we're talking about sports.
Well, we can't go too deep here because then we lose too many people. And quite frankly, I don't think our sports knowledge is that deep anyway. I mean, I have a general knowledge of sports.
Well, that's why I tried to work in the ass fucking joke.
There you go.
I have a sporting knowledge of general.
Have a good day, guys.
So,
yes, you do.
I really can't help.
And every once in a while, I'll surprise you with a factoid. I surprised Mad Dog with a couple factoids.
Did you?
All right, Eddie. Thank you, sir. I'm watching Olympic hockey, and I'm loving it. That's as basic as you could get there.
There he goes.
Yeah, that's true. Let's say hi to Dan in Albany. Dan?
Yo, buddies. I know the reason why the Olympics are so highly rated this year. They got people either getting killed or almost getting killed on every night.
You know what? Yeah, that downhill with the women just fucking falling. And then they start off the whole thing with the luge death. So, people, you know something? You might be right.
You got to start with a big bang, though, if you're going to have the Winter Olympics.
That was it. Then they had
I think that was planned.
The torch clusterfuck, which was kind of fun.
Right.
Watching Gretzky stand there like an asshole.
Right, like his face was frozen. And in ice or something. I don't know what's going on with his face.
Watching the loser hit that pole was like watching a car accident without the car.
Yeah, it was
horrendous.
It was faster than a car.
That image really bothered me.
Well, when this thing hits 88 miles an hour, you're going to see some real shit.
Serious shit.
Well, I was saying day 1 or 2 that I think the Winter Olympics are in trouble because I think some of these sports they're going to have to stop doing.
You think? They're talking about slowing down, like the luge and things like that.
But you can't slow down.
Yeah, it's how you build the track.
But, I see. Maybe if you build a different type of track, so it's more skill than speed.
Yeah, I heard what did they build this one with a computer? They just kind of used the computer to design this.
What is it, fucking?
Yeah, to design it.
The game, Sims, not Sim.
Yeah, Sim Luge.
Not Sim Luge.
It's Sim Luge. And apparently you could build it so the guy just flies off the edge.
Roller coaster.
Sim Luge.
Fucking, it's roller coaster.
Yeah, you have it just end. Where if a guy flies off and hits the fucking downhill skiing.
And downhill skiing, you don't want to slow down those guys. So they're just going to get faster and faster. The equipment gets better and better, and the snowmaking gets better and better. Eventually, they're going to go, look, we can't do this sport anymore.
Yeah, we're laughing because we're looking at the clip of what country is this from?
I can't even tell.
France?
I think so.
Is that an FAR?
Yeah, she's French.
A French girl. It's her Olympic moment. Within 5 seconds, she falls down out of the gate. Look, I could do that. I could do that. And then she's just laying out of bounds on the snow.
Is this from this?
Yeah.
This Olympics? I didn't see this.
5 seconds of Olympic fucking time. 5 seconds of Olympic dream right here.
Here's your 5 seconds of glory. 5.
There it is.
3.1 seconds.
That's your Olympic glory.
Just over 3 seconds. And why is she laying down like she got murdered?
She was crying.
Oh, she was crying?
Of course she's crying.
She spent her entire life getting ready for that moment.
Here's your moment.
It lasted 3 seconds.
Your giant fucking Olympic moment. Look how psyched out. Here I go. Will I get the gold? Will I be able to? All right, I push her.
She is down, Matt, right out of the get-go, pushing so hard.
She is down right out of the get-go. She's pushing so hard.
Fuck, where was that? I haven't seen that yet.
I know.
Is she supposed to be one of the better ones, too, or one of the throw-ins?
She was ranked 7th.
7th?
In the world, yeah.
That means she had a real good shot.
7th in the world is, if you saw her at any ski resort you've ever been to skiing, you would be like, that is the best skier in the world.
Right.
You would be like,
get the
unbelievable.
fuck out of here.
And the Olympic choke was in play the fuck there.
That's classic.
Whoopsie.
That's classic. Let's say hi to Matt. Hey, Matt.
Hey, boys.
What's up?
Hey, the women's curling team actually took a severe beating last night, but more importantly, they played the Danes, and they had 2 chicks that were sisters. I'm not sure if they were twins or not, but one of them was kind of snaggletooth, but they were pretty smoking. I think they were in Anne's wheelhouse.
Goddamn curling chicks.
Dude, a lot of people were tweeting me. Was it the Danish team? Because, like I said, I was out of the Olympics yesterday. I couldn't really watch.
Them bitches up. I want to see them.
Supposedly, they got some really... Someone wrote, it was a pretty funny tweet. He goes, you got to see the Danish curling team, and they go, well, they do have one frumpy one, but ignore her, because the rest of them are really hot.
Yeah, ignore her.
Actually, they made a point of saying that she was a single mom, so
and that
girls get dumped in Norway, too.
And who's the curling broad that's pregnant? You can't be pregnant and in the Olympics at the same time. That should be a rule.
Yeah,
because it should at least look like you're doing a sport. If you're pregnant, you're not really doing a sport. All right, we're trying to find the Danish girls.
Yeah.
Watch out, boys. Have a good week.
See what they look like.
I gotta tell you, the American curling team, the women there, not as hot as the rest of the curling teams, I'm thinking.
Yeah?
Nah, the one girl has fucking psychotic fucking I'll kill you eyes.
You need those cold climate Nordic fucking eating fish fresh from the fjords. Yeah. Fish from the fjords. Crisp crumb coating. That's what you need.
And let's go to Bob in Jersey. Bob. Hi, Bob.
Hey. Watching the game last night. they zoom in on the goalie from across the ice, and all you see when they get up to her are these big, beautiful blue eyes and the blonde hair. That's not something you see in hockey.
No, no, I don't think you see that ever.
You get all distracted by those beautiful blue eyes. You
going blink, blink.
Your shot
blink,
fucking goes
blink,
way
blink,
wide.
Blink. Yeah, this, see, the all right, brother.
What, the two henna heads?
The women's curling team for the U.S.
Well, yeah.
I mean, they're all right.
What about the blonde?
Just because she has this blonde hair doesn't mean she's hot.
I know, but she looks like
a lot
nice.
of us get confused
body
by that. Blonde means hot, not really.
No, the body don't look bad. And then what about, I want to see this other one.
They're all right. Ready? 6, 5, 4.
Is that your Olympic scoring on them?
Yeah, I'm giving the blonde a 6 because she's blonde. Even though I just said the complete opposite. And then you got a 5, and then you got a real frumper. All right. Should we take our first break?
We could.
Oh, wow. That's fucking funny, man. Pat in Staten Island. Pat.
Yeah, good evening.
Trying to get the break, but you got a pretty good phone call here. What do you got?
Yeah, last night, you know how he dropped shit off the roof?
Yeah.
He was dropping the curling rock, or whatever the hell the thing's called, on a car with sunroof, and it did damage.
Yeah, those fucking rocks, I was just reading about them because they have to give us all our curling facts in the paper every morning. So those things weigh 42 pounds, 42 pounds of granite.
42 pounds of granite. I hear there's a granite shortage for the rock.
Another sport they're going to have to say goodbye to then.
And wasn't I saying yesterday that you're going to start hearing about the rock and what it's made of, like the Olympic moments and talk shows and things.
Yeah.
They're going to start talking about little ins and outs of curling.
Mm-hmm.
And then curling just goes away.
I want them to put like sandpaper on the bottom of the rock.
Oh, no.
Why not?
Oh, no. It's got to be very slippery. You can't have much friction there.
It'd be challenging if it was a sandpaper bottom.
Is that one of the fucking chicks that's supposed to be hot?
What? Danny, is she hot, Dan?
Well, not so much.
Really.
Not so much that one. Yeah, I'm not into these.
All right, there's a lot of guys. Look at the women, Danny.
Well, this is the Danish curling, so it's men and women.
All right, punch up that second one.
What about that one? 5 down. 1, 2, 2. No?
That one? I don't know. Let me see.
I mean, you got a small...
Angelina Jansen? I don't know. She kind of looks like a perfect waitress.
Now that you made the picture bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, the postage stamp version was pretty good. Oh, why would you click on that one?
Just to give
Her eyes are too far apart, Danny.
Just to show
Holy
you guys,
shit.
man.
That must be an advantage in curling, having eyes like a flounder. Holy fuck.
I think you could really zero in the target if your eyes are that far apart.
Something.
Wow.
Holy Jesus. What about the second girl down?
She's like the sister of the first girl down.
Yeah.
Right? She's a little better.
You can tell it might just be a bad picture.
They're making those fucking MySpace faces, with like the pursed lips.
I did see a little of the skiing last night, but in general, I was out. There is a brunette that won some kind of medal yesterday, I think. She might be on the U.S. team.
Yeah.
Fuck it, she could be a supermodel.
Schmogen?
Smoking hot. I don't know what her name is. Maybe someone could help us with that during the break. Smoking hot.
Danny's got the whole thing there with the cross-country skiing, United States, search athletes.
Go United States.
No results.
Skiers, if that's possible.
What?
I think she was on the United States.
It's just a bunch
I think it was some kind of like...
different skiing.
Yeah, no, none of that aerial shit. It was either like slalom or downhill or one of those. And it was a brunette. I don't see
the Olympic athlete.
I don't see no hot brunettes there. Maybe she's from another country and just happens to be friends with the American. Yeah,
a lot of white people in the Winter Olympics.
Well, because
I understand why.
Black people don't like getting
just throwing it out there. But of course, we have our American speed skater guy
from Chicago.
Yes. What the hell's his name? I just don't remember his name. I saw the clip last night of him winning the gold.
What do you call a black?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my good gracious. That's a universal joke, isn't it?
What do you call a black Olympic hero?
Gold medalist?
That's right, Anthony.
I knew it.
Give yourself a bell on that one.
I knew it. Exactly. I certainly will.
Let's say hi to Lou in Pennsylvania. Lou.
Oh, Lou.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
What's
happening?
Hey, it's fucking curling this morning. They had Canada versus Germany. And this one German chick, she was cute, 17 years old. Good one for you, Ann.
Jesus. What a rep I get.
Yeah, most of the curling girls are really... Oh, is it her? I'm trying to find this girl that I saw on TV last
She
night.
was a blonde. And then there was also a brunette, looked about the same age.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, sir. Everyone trying to turn us onto the hottest Olympic broad.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break, and we got lots of things to do. We got Patrice O'Neal coming back in today, which is awesome. He had a great appearance yesterday.
What a blast we had with Patrice.
Wow,
What?
The picture of Danny had up.
Oh, shit.
Is that an Olympic athlete?
That's supposed to be the same broad?
Oh, yeah. Apparently one of them is kind of a model. Wasn't she an SI?
Moly.
Yeah, that must be the one. But she had, like, darker hair.
Holy shit.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
my God. She's wearing little red boy shorty
Shorty
things
shorts.
and ski boots.
Yeah.
Those are a little awkward to put over your shoulders, by the way.
Well, the picture of her on the official Olympics
Not
website,
too good, right?
It looks like a mugshot.
Yeah. It's not too good, right?
There really isn't a good Olympic
I think they do that on
photographer.
purpose because they really want it to be about, the
sport. Yeah.
And not how
ugly I'm up. Holy mother of fuck.
Yeah, that's the girl I saw. I was like, who is this girl? Yeah.
Her name is Julia Mancuso.
Mancuso.
Mancuso, whatever.
Yeah, you'll find it.
Nope.
All right, Ed. So we got Patrice coming by in about a half hour. We got Ian Halperin with his rumors and his Google and shit. And we got Laszlo to talk some tech stuff today.
Laz also doing a live from the compound tomorrow night.
Nice.
He's going to be coming over and doing his thing.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. I also want to talk about, I tweeted a lot last night about old Joe. Old Joe, what's his last name? Stack? Old Andy Joe Stack.
The plane guy.
The plane guy. The guy was a little annoyed with the Internal Revenue Service and decided to fly his plane into a building that housed the Internal Revenue Service down there in Austin, Texas. And I was doing a lot of tweeting on this.
So let's get into it after the break.
And getting into a lot of
discussions,
tit-for-tat, back and forth, hostility. A couple of people had to be fucking blocked. I had to block a couple of people because of the discussion.
Whoa, it's not Black Monday.
Well, you know something?
You're doing Black Friday. It's Black Monday.
It was Block Thursday. It's block any day when people are just assholes. I'll fucking discuss stuff. I'll take, other opinions. But when people just are blatant assholes, not even reading what I wrote, they got to be blocked.
Someone the other day goes, "Why did you block me?" And I'm like, "Look, Twitter and like your Live from the Compound show, maybe my YouTube channel, like there's message boards you can't control, and they do whatever they're going to do, whatever. But with Twitter,
yeah,
you're kind of inviting people into your world, into your
little
house,
circle.
into your life in a way, right?
Exactly.
Now, take that concept. Now, one of those people in your real life, that you invite into your home, all of a sudden takes a shit on your rug in the living room, or punches you in the face, or
that's a perfect
or slaps
example.
your wife.
Yeah.
Is that person still part of your real world?
And then you go,
or do you kick him out of the fucking house and go, he's not my friend anymore?
And then the next day he knocks on the door and goes, "Why'd you kick me out of your house?"
Exactly.
It's like, because you shit on my rug.
Right. That's why people get blocked.
Dude.
and I'm talking to people that have Twitter. They're doing the same thing because you're inviting people into your little world, and if they're not behaving properly, just like in the real world, you're not going to deal with them.
You're in my home.
Right.
You're in my home.
Sometimes you have to call the cops.
Yes. Sometimes the bouncer's got to fucking throw someone out.
And detectives, but
whatever.
All right, why don't we take a break? There was another. And the other thing is outtakes from We Are the World. The Opie and Anthony We Are the World.
Oh, what
recording session started yesterday.
Event. It's an event,
and we got a few outtakes. We'll get into after the break too. And Keith Overman being a dick, and
what else is new?
And we did our Olympic coverage, but we got a great clip from a Dutch speed skater, basically telling a reporter to go fuck themselves. And hopefully down the hall they got the Jerry Springer shit that went down on the Insider when he was talking about Tiger Woods. Right. All that and much more.
Oh, much
more.
Stay
there. Opie and Anthony. Patrice O'Neal will be here in a few minutes. Laszlo, Ian Halperin doing his Google it shit. Yeah. Big story yesterday. Terrorist attack.
Oh, yeah.
Austin, Texas. Well, they were questioning if it was a terrorist attack. But then Homeland Security quickly said, hell fucking no, it's not terrorism. It's just one whack job that was fed up, with the IRS?
Yeah. This guy has had a problem with the Internal Revenue Service for many, many years. Wow. Yeah.
What kind of problems? Because when you say problems, I will say this carefully. I think we all sort of have, I'll say issues with the amount of taxes we're paying. Well, so what makes this guy any worse than the average American that has to pay taxes?
That was kind of a big thing. He went into he left a suicide blog. Boy, do we live in amazing times, don't we? Yeah. Where you can leave a suicide blog. And in it was about 6 pages long, something like that. And in it, he talks about how he had these, dreams of what it was like to succeed in this country, and how when he was a young man going to college, he had all these dreams and aspirations when he was going to grow up and make something of himself. And he went to school, became like a software engineer, and throughout his career as a software engineer trying to run his own company, his impression was that the United States government, lawmakers, one he pointed out was Patrick Moynihan, who I always thought was just a fucking cunt, just kept getting in his way of succeeding.
Of getting the American dream.
The American dream, right.
No, he won more than the American dream, though, right? A little more successful than the regular American dream?
No, he just kind of wanted what everyone wants. Security, good job, especially if you work for it, the ability to retire by having a retirement fund, things like that. And apparently, the IRS kept just pounding this guy with fees, and a law was passed that specifically kind of nailed him and his industry and what he does, and overtaxed him. And
as a software
engineer, it was very specific, a very specific job, title, and company, that they made a new law that said, here is how we're going to tax you and how you're able to handle your customers in a certain way. And they put a lot of restrictions on him that fucked his business up.
Why would they do that?
No reason. He says
no reason. I'm sure the government would say, well,
you know what? He spent a lot of time, money, and effort writing to his representatives to find out why this was happening, what it means. And he did his research, and they just did not get back to him. His other gripe was that the government itself is a joke, that they do not represent you. The no taxation without representation is a joke. These guys in Congress and Senate, they are all just in it for themselves to hold on to their jobs. This, by the way, is this guy's suicide blog note, not my rantings, which you will hear exactly the same thing.
Well, there's some truths in there.
That's what I was saying.
There's definitely some truths in there, but the big problem is he goes for the big out.
The big
huge out. And by Monday, we're going to forget about this guy.
Flame on!
He was hoping that maybe this would start something, but unfortunately, it's going to start nothing.
Let me tell you something, though.
All right.
I think this guy got very close to, and I wrote this on Twitter during the Twitter argument I was having last night with a few people.
Why are you
A lot of people were agreeing, though.
Why are you arguing?
Political discussion. Get a little heated. Yeah. You know how it gets heated, especially in a situation like this.
You should turn on your fucking
out of the ordinary
live from the compound. That would have been perfect instead of fighting with these guys on Twitter.
I will. I have gadgets to hook up down there and platforms to build, but
last night was a perfect night for you to do this.
I know.
I was too busy trying to film fucking dogs taking shits in the street. Man, are we living different lives.
Fantastic.
fucking different lives, man. I didn't even read the suicide note.
Look, Rapey Kid is already saying, don't use the word martyr. He is not a martyr. I'm not saying a martyr. I'm not saying he is a martyr.
You got a lot of people
I'm
angry.
saying he was very close to being a martyr to a certain group of people that have very extreme ideas. Just as Timothy McVeigh was to people who have very extreme ideas.
What group was this guy representing?
This guy was, he was all over the fucking board, by the way. Way more liberal than conservative, but a little more communist than capitalist. He was kind of all over the place as far as that goes.
Yeah.
His political ideology, he's just fed up with politics in general in this country.
Well, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
As you guys argue, Obama this and this, I'm just fed up in general.
A lot of people are.
In general, I'm fed up.
A lot of people are very pissed off. And this guy's pissed off. Now, apparently, by me saying that the press is fucked up by calling this a manifesto, some kind of twisted suicide note, there were some very reasonable, viable facts in this letter.
Boobies!
And they...
Oh, sorry.
And they...
Sorry.
People took it as me saying that I thought what he did was fine. No, his methods were completely unacceptable. And then somebody brought up Timothy McVeigh. Well, he wasn't happy with the government either, and look what he did. And I said, yeah, and his methods weren't acceptable either. I go, the problem that these people have, the extremists, is that there doesn't seem to be an acceptable option. You can't vote and have it change. You can't write your representatives and have it change. So
you feel like
feel
like you're not being heard.
You're helpless.
Yeah, you're helpless. Is a perfect way to put it.
So 99.999% of the American public are very apathetic. They're sheep. They will just take the 50% cut that the government's going to rip from your fucking pocket and God knows do what with, and just live their life and be miserable. And when tax time rolls around, you bitch and whatever. But then there's this small percentage of people that have what is almost like the perv switch of fucking destruction. They can't fucking take it. And they do something. They go to a federal building and blow up fucking a truck. They crash their plane into the IRS building. These are people that are not the ordinary. They are obviously the exception to the rule. But there is a problem when an American citizen flies a plane into the IRS because something is wrong with the tax system in this country. And yeah, but it's not like he's the only one that's saying there's a problem, but he's going way the fuck out of bounds to show his point.
But it's so easy for the media just to go, well, that's just a lone kook, and he's a kooky guy.
That's what I'm talking about.
He was a loner, and this and that. So they pretty much ignore his message of what was frustrating to him.
It was
because of the method he used.
It was a well thought out letter that he wrote. His suicide note was well thought out. It pretty much explained, and he was to blame for a few things in his own life, of course. The guy at one point was so fed up with the IRS, him and his wife started doing stuff off the books, and then got screwed on that, and some accountant he had a problem with. But, obviously you're going to do things and make mistakes in your life like that. But this guy was so fed up, he went the extreme route, crashed his plane into the building. I don't condone that type of behavior. And some people were saying that I did. Mm-hmm. That I was like, oh, you see this guy as a martyr? I go, no, but he can be looked at and will be looked at by certain people as a martyr, because the founding fathers, I hate to bring that up, but the old school American way of revolt is through bloodshed. Mm-hmm. And revolution. Mm-hmm. And that was this guy's idea. He goes, look, it's just me. Here's my pound of flesh. And he gave it to him.
Did he burn his own house down too?
Yeah, he burned his house down.
So what? Because I was so out of the loop yesterday.
Yeah,
I apologize. I had way too much going on.
Like twice.
But basically, he sets his house on fire, then goes to the airport, gets his plane.
And
now, was there extra fuel on the plane? Because I sort of heard there might have been.
They're still trying to figure out why there was so much damage from such a small plane, and they think he topped it off. It's about 40 gallons of aviation fuel. But a lot of pilots are saying that was a lot more damage than 40 gallons of aviation.
So if he's going to kill himself, you would
thermite paint.
Yeah, you would think he would jazz up his plane a little bit with
maybe
some other stuff, right?
But there's no record of that yet. I guess they're looking into it. Also, a glass building like that will look a lot worse than it is. I mean, all you got to do is hit it and have all the facade windows break, and the thing looks like a disaster. But there was a lot of fire, so I guess they're looking into that to see what he was doing. But I just am saying that there is an obvious problem with being in bed with the government for 50%. And not
only 50%, but then realizing, I gotta jump in here, realizing that that's not good enough.
Not good enough.
Because it's starting to become more than 50% in a lot of cases.
Exactly.
And then the other shit they do, which drives you nuts, when you do save a little money, then you gotta pay taxes on the money you're saving. It's nuts,
this
the
guy
tax system.
had a couple of businesses in California, both of which were suspended because of tax problems. Now, there weren't many details on those tax problems, but the way this guy spelled it out,
around some rules.
No, not with those companies. I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
See, it could be that the IRS was sticking it to this guy, or it could be he was trying to get around a few rules. I guess that's going to come out. But when the press calls something a manifesto, you instantly get a negative bias put on it. You're thinking Unabomber. You're thinking Karl Marx, Communist Manifesto. Mm-hmm. Manifesto sounds evil.
Oh yeah, it does.
It really does. Or a twisted diatribe. Words like that instantly prejudice whoever's going to read this. And a lot of people are not going to read through 6 pages. And the clips they put on were very select little snippets of this guy's letter. I would suggest if you're interested in, what this guy was about and what he did, you read the whole thing.
What, are you related to this guy?
No, I'm not. And that's what people were saying.
Are you related to him?
I'm not.
You got family in Austin?
I am not sympathetic with this guy's motives, what he did. But you understand the frustration.
Is it a Chris Rock line?
Exactly, the OJ Chris Rock.
It's a Chris Rock line?
I wouldn't kill the bitch. But I understand. Like, you can understand when you pay through the nose taxes and you're looking at the percentage that the government and the state and then the money you get to keep is taxed. And then there's 1,000 other taxes thrown on everything. Like we said, look at your cell phone bill.
Let's not forget surcharges, which are taxes, but they don't want to say taxes because taxes is a bad word. So they came up with surcharge, and now we all are onto that's a bad thing, too.
In order to go to the range in Nassau County, I had to buy something called a leisure pass.
Oh, I know. The leisure pass thing drives me nuts.
It's a fucking tax.
Yeah.
So there's disguised taxes. It's that. So I'm not sympathizing with the guy's motive and what he did, but you can understand frustration in people when you're paying taxes, and then you get a letter that says you need to pay more taxes because maybe you missed something or this happened, or it's like, something. I am really doing a lot more than my fair share, and thank God. Most Americans are not like this guy or like a Timothy McVeigh that get disgruntled with the government and decide to do awful things. But there is a growing discontent.
This is going to sound so stupid, but you just feel it. There's something going on out there.
You feel it.
Something is starting to bubble.
Yeah.
Are we going to see something?
It's a simmer.
Do you think we're going to live through something completely insane in this country?
Like a crazy-ass revolution?
Some kind of, I guess you bring up the word revolution, something like that. I'm not talking about fucking Al-Qaeda and terrorism.
Yeah.
I'm talking about some stuff going down right here in America with our own people finally saying, you know what, I've had
enough.
You just feel it out there. Like, how much more? Like, I say it all the time. I mean, I'm from a very large family. I got 7 in my family, but then I got a million cousins. I mean, I got a huge extended family, and that's where I notice it. I know in the end it sucks that we pay taxes, and as many taxes as we do, Aunt. It sucks, obviously, but I know in the end it's not going to bother me, and I know that's pretty lame to say, but I see what it does to my brothers, my sisters, my cousins.
Not middle class,
and I'm
lower
like,
middle class.
These people are like, I don't know
Struggling.
how the hell we're going to pay our... I'll tell you this: someone in my family, there's going to be a foreclosure. They just can't do it.
Unbelievable.
And they're both working. And they're like, we just can't do it anymore. And and because people will ask, yes, of course I help out my family, but it's getting to a point where they don't have a fucking choice. And it's happening all over the place in my little circle.
Yeah.
So you feel it out there. So what is that going to lead to is my question.
Well, as long as the government looks at these things like individual cases and a lone nut and doesn't address the issue of kind of why things like this happen. And again, they're so few and far between, thank God.
No, but I'm not even talking about that. This is what it is.
Yeah.
But there's something else going on besides
I'm saying
that.
there is a problem that won't be addressed.
But this kind of punctuates it. Like, see what's happening out there? People are getting really frustrated. And I think what really makes us even more obvious and aware is the whole Obama thing. When Obama came onto the scene, I was yelling and screaming, Obama.
Hope.
You guys were laughing at me. I'm like, this guy's going to become our president. I did say it very early when he didn't even have a shot.
I know.
And then you saw how everyone was celebrating. They're like, change is coming. They were like crying and falling down. And what did I say to you, Aunt? I said, those people are going to be extremely disappointed when they realize that there's not going to be this sweeping change like they believe is going to happen. Like, even Oprah bought in. Yeah. Oprah's crying on some stranger's shoulder, if you remember, in that damn park in Chicago. And I'm shaking my head like, boy, are all these people going to be disappointed? It's going to be this generally. Yeah. I speak more in general terms because I don't have the knowledge like you do, Aunt. I don't go too deep with this stuff, but generally, I knew these people would not see this sweeping change that Obama was basically promising everyone because it's the same system. The system in general is broke.
It's like being on a roller coaster and saying you're going to make a left turn after the first hill. No, you're the president now, but you're pretty much on a set course, a track. The government is set up in a way where you really can't change anything.
Now, to be fair, you're a Republican, obviously, a pretty hardcore Republican, and you're not?
I'm more. I definitely swing closer to libertarian than Republican. I'm not into
doesn't
this.
Sound like it at times.
I'm not into the Republican ideology. It
doesn't sound like it.
This anti-abortion. That. No, I swing a lot more. I am definitely not.
But you would rather have a Republican president.
I'd rather have a Democratic president than a Republican president than a Democrat. And I definitely swing more conservative than liberal. But
and you probably think that if we had a Republican president, things would be a little better.
No, personally, for me, they probably would be.
Right.
I'm looking out for myself at this point because no one else is.
Well,
I can't sit there and think that Obama and Pelosi and Reid and all the other people that are in there now are looking out for my interests. They're not. So in order to get things changed, it's not gonna. So I have to kind of look out for my own best interest. I'm sorry. But when you look at, like this gentleman with his aeroplane, you look at his letter, he said a lot of the things that a lot of these pundits say on television about the big businesses getting bailed out and getting looked into within days if they need money. They can get government funding. And then the small businessman and somebody that really needs help just gets shit on.
How about you just bail out the average American?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. You're responsible for that.
The debt is being rung up at an incredible pace that can never be paid off. The Obama, he's meeting with the fucking Dalai Lama and has to do it like there's like it's a private fucking secret meeting because he doesn't want to upset China because China's holding all of our debt.
Of course they are.
So like
they own a big part of this country.
$2 too much.
Did I tell you the
Chinese they have us over a fucking barrel
the Chinese
to the point
coming.
where Obama can't even sit with the Dalai Lama and make it a big gala event at the White House like all the past presidents have done for like 47 fucking years, whatever it's been, because China will be mad, and they have a threat that they hold over our head, and the threat is money. The threat used to be nukes. Right. That used to be the threat. Or a billion screaming fucking Chinese coming over our borders.
Right.
Now the threat is they'll get mad at the Dalai Lama, so we got to watch out because they own our country?
Why is Patrice furious? I just got to know. Patrice just called me. He's on his way in, almost here. He's frothing at the mouth to get in on this discussion. Furious.
Not furious against, but with.
He wants to get in
here.
All
right, good.
I understand.
You know, I was going to save this discussion for Patrice because I thought this would be something he'd be passionate about.
There's plenty of it. We can do a couple of breaks on it. I mean, people are talking about it. It's front page. The phones are lit.
Yeah, we'll go back to this and then take phone calls. Absolutely. But
to sum up just what I've been saying here, I don't mistake me in saying I agree with these motives of taking planes and crashing them into buildings or taking trucks in front of federal buildings and blowing up children.
Of course not.
That isn't what I'm saying.
It's the Chris Rock line really described it perfectly.
You understand? Reading that guy's letter, what they call a manifesto or a twisted diatribe, you can read that as a human being understanding another man's frustration.
A lot of people feel very, very helpless out there.
Yeah, helpless.
That's it. A lot. And some go to extremes like this.
Yeah, that's your crazy guy extreme.
Of course, that's the extreme.
Your crazy guy, I'm mad.
But there's some real shit going on out there where people just feel completely helpless.
There's genuine anger.
And the politicians at this point I think more and more people are now aware that a lot of these guys are just a complete joke.
They are out for themselves.
They're a complete joke.
They are not representing you. They work for you. But you never see that.
They're a joke.
All these politicians, when you see them fucking giving their speeches and in Congress and Senate when they meet, it's like they're not doing anything for you. It's all for them, their next term, their pay raises, their own health care, their own bullshit. We just sit here and take it.
We got to get to the phones because did you get everyone reacting? Let's start with Bill the trucker. Bill, we're going serious on the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah, it's a big story, front page.
We'll get back to the Duty and Dick jokes within an hour. Go ahead, Bill.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, Bill.
Ironically, I'm a truck driver coming into Oklahoma City when you make this discussion. I have to believe that this guy, paint him as a martyr, no. Patriot, yes. And I preface it, I'm with Anthony. I don't condone his behavior. But I think you're going to see more and more of this because you're dealing with middle management people that you just cannot communicate with. Even if you don't have issues that are against the rules of the IRS, you just cannot communicate with these people. They're middle management hacks. They just don't give a damn about you as human beings.
Yeah.
And it comes of frustration. I don't condone the violence.
You have to keep saying that too. Look. Another thing, Bill, that I've noticed, and I'm guilty of the same thing. You have to keep saying that out of fear. I am actually fearful
that you're
for
even
what
saying
I
what you're
say
saying. And you're not even
and
saying
what I
crazy.
write.
Right.
What I post and what I say.
Right.
I'm fearful. And Bill's doing the same thing that I'm doing and that everyone else you'll notice is doing. Look, I don't condone what this guy's done, but let me tell you, and you have to pound that in for fear that, your door is going to get fucking kicked in.
I think this guy should have just dealt with it and paid his fucking taxes.
Pay your fucking taxes. What's wrong with you?
This guy was wrong in what he was doing. He was developing ways to sidestep issues. He was a lawbreaker, but when it came to an arbitrary process, he could not even on the most benign level communicate with these people.
Yeah.
Let's come to a possible resolution.
But did you also did you read the whole letter?
I didn't.
Did you read?
I didn't.
There's a part there.
Opportunity to.
There's a part in there where he talks about a tax code which is incomprehensible to the American people. You cannot read through the tax code and understand it.
It's gotten to a point where
can't, Anthony.
What?
Your accountant can't figure.
No, the accountant can't. They've figured out a way to make the tax code so complicated that you can't refute it, you can't fight it, you have to just pay them because no one understands it. And that's another thing that was in this guy's twisted diatribe manifesto, was the fact that you can't understand the tax code. Well, that's something I've heard news guys, pundits, and Fox News and CNN talk about all the time. But it's in this guy's letter, and it's called, like, freakishly crazy writing?
Right.
No, it's true.
Not.
You can't understand it.
Should we?
It's the sentiments of America. And let me take this one step further to the banking industry. You're going to see increasingly, you're going to see some copycats here in the next few weeks.
Well,
but take people who have lost their houses are going to take the same attitudes towards the banking industry, who receive billions of dollars. But, and I'm speaking from personal experience. I lost my own house. But let me preface this. It was my own fault because I had a cunt of an ex-wife that didn't pay the mortgage while I was on the road and was unable to resolve this. I could not communicate with my bank in any way, shape, or form. Faxes, letters, return. Could not communicate with a mid-level cunt-type manager that I ended up losing my house that... My hand to God, I was within 30 seconds.
We got you, Bill. He's
burning my house.
All right, Bill.
Yeah, we got your point there,
I'll
Bill.
tell you what's going on,
There's
Bill.
a lot of calls and everything happening.
I'll tell you what's going on. We're feeling the pressure because Patrice has just entered the studio, and we're really ready for a break. So what we're going to do, we got a ton of phone calls. If you could hold through the break, we'll try to get to you. Patrice wants in on this really badly. Yeah. And I know if we continue with Patrice, it'll be at least another hour. We got to take a break. No, and I don't mean that in a bad way this time, by the way, Patrice.
No,
I mean,
it's a big story.
So why don't we regroup? We're going to take a break. Patrice joins the program next, and we'll continue with this topic. Opie and Anthony, stay there. All right, let's get back into this. Opie and Anthony, Patrice O'Neal in studio. Phone's lit. Brooklyn Ace, I think Anthony should run for Senate.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure the sets for Sam tapes should really get me into office.
Yeah. Tim in Portland, I paid over $2 million in taxes last year. Ant needs to get over it. Let me just run down this. Bill in California, there's no law that says you have to pay income taxes. That old gag.
That old gag?
I know it's real, but really...
You gotta try it.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at by that old gag. Yeah,
all they do is say, yes, you do, and
that's it.
If you don't...
that's it.
You understand how we're living, man?
Yeah, hold on a minute.
Scary.
Ant doesn't know how right he is. There's a lot of dudes out here who will look at this guy as a martyr, even though you didn't say martyr with this guy, did you, Ant?
Yeah, I said a lot of people will look at him, or there are certain people that will look at him as a martyr,
right?
As a patriot.
Talking about the guy who crashed into that building, the IRS building in Austin. What about Charlie Rangel? He hasn't paid taxes for years, and he just gets a pass. I've been battling the IRS for 12 years. There's just thugs for Congress. I've had problems with the IRS, and while I don't agree with this guy, I understand. Yep. And if this guy listened to all the tax relief commercials you guys air, he wouldn't have run the plane into the building. So, Patrice, I got a note that you were just foaming listening to the show on your way in today, huh?
I wish I could go back in time and, sorry, is that
no, fine.
I wish I could go back in time and not be so fucking dumb. Because I think when they say youth is wasted on the young, I think it means we're all irrelevant right now.
Mm-hmm.
The people that are fucking mad, it don't matter. We're old, we're stuck. I love my ceiling fan.
Yeah.
I got some dogs. Bitch needs some shoes. Something happens to say I need to pay.
You're in your rut.
You are a willing participant in this shit.
Oh, we've been brainwashed. Many years of growing up in this. We're just kind of brainwashed.
You're part of the machine.
Part of the machine. But I heard a guy do an interview one time on one of these, like the InfoWars, the Alex Jones kind of thing. He was just doing an interview. And it was on iTunes. And he said something, and it stuck with me just in a practical way. He said, aren't you just, like he was talking about, like how the government has a thing they call, Bohemian Grove, where they just all go there and all the leaders of the world put on suits and they burn owls, and it's a fact. It's not a pretend thing. And he just goes, that doesn't bother you? Like, he didn't even try to make a point. He goes, doesn't that just bother you? And so at the end of the day, the fact is, the government owes the bank. Mm-hmm. The bank of the Federal Reserve Bank. Owns the government. The government owes them money.
Yeah, when you owe someone, they own you.
The government owns us. We are here only to pay the government back for the money it owes the bank. That's what we are. And fuck the argument. That doesn't bother you?
We're just the fucking batteries in the Matrix.
They don't take all your money because they don't have enough people to stop 300 million people from fucking shit up.
From taking all our money.
All of it. It's arbitrary.
But you know something? When income tax first started, if they said 50%, give us half your shit, there would have been a revolution when they first immediately.
We're living worse.
But they're able to just, every few years, they change the tax code, which I talked about just before, which is a giant fucking volumes of shit no one could possibly understand. No one could possibly fucking understand.
But there's people who are so willing. And this is the thing, it can't happen without our own help. This is why I hate people.
This is why I hate people.
I hate the TSA. I hate the fucking meter maids.
Yeah.
I hate people whose job it is to fuck you because it's their job. And they just say,
that's a lot of people's jobs, though.
They go, yes. It's like, listen, we need you to just give out tickets. We don't give a fuck. Guy's trying to get into work. He parks. He might come out. It's 30 seconds overtime. Give him a fucking $65, $75.
And all he's trying to do is his job. It's not like he's decided to park there and do something leisurely. He's actually trying to get his job done for that. And the politicians just look the other way. That shit drives me fucking nuts because you hear from these companies, they go, well, I had to go down to City Hall and make a deal with them because I owed over $100,000 in parking tickets for doing his job and for his employees doing their jobs.
They don't care.
Right.
And the money doesn't exist. The money doesn't. This is why they print it all. Because here's the thing. Have you ever looked in your bank account? I mean, I know you got a lot of money, but you still must just enjoy hearing the fucking balance from time to time on something.
No, nowadays it just makes me nervous.
Because I've gone into my account. I'm not at a place where I go not into my account.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes there might be $1 missing or 10. I go, I know that I had something, 10. And I got something, not 10, 4.
It's like, what?
So I'm like, somebody just took something. Cause I swear to God, I paid for, a coffee once. It was $2. I paid with a credit card. We don't have, money's useless right now. So once all the money is just garbage, and we're paying, they could just take it. They don't need to come and send the army to take your shit. They just take your shit, pay back somebody. See, this is where we talk about race a lot on this show and shit, man. I love talking about race because I think this shit is fun.
Yeah.
I think it's fun not liking other motherfuckers for what they do. Exactly. But at the end of the day, I don't have any hatred because I know it's a scam to get I used to hate the militia guys in the hills.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they paint them to me as a black man, crazy motherfuckers who are out to kill me. That's their point.
KKK
They're practicing to kill me.
Yeah.
Those guys are practicing for the government because they don't want to fucking pay taxes. They're well read about the fucking the Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
When they go the Second Amendment, guns. We no guns. To me, if you're not educated to some degree, you go, oh, why the fuck do these crazy goddamn crackers need guns? All they gonna do is come kill me. What the fuck? Fuck that. Get them. But now I know. Once you learn, oh shit, it's to protect you from what's going on right fucking now. Cops are out of hand. I mean, look, there's some, where I grew up, a cop is a cop. because he got his uniform on. We didn't give a fuck about a cop. Cop was the enemy. As I get older, own property, meet police.
Yes, exactly.
And humanize them, right? Mm-hmm. I go, damn, I don't just say, oh, fuck a cop. But there are cops who think they're the police because they're the police. They not the law. There used to be things you could say, like, hey, man, you can't just do that to me, cop. They have a thing called disorderly conduct, which erases all your horse shit that you think you know about the law. It's essentially to say, I can do anything I fucking want to you.
Oh, you can be brought in for anything.
Anytime.
Yeah, anytime. Disorderly conduct.
Don't question authority.
Disorderly conduct is that one of those things where it's like, I didn't like what you just said to me.
Yes. And here's the problem. Fuck all the top people. It's us doing it to each other. We just say yes. I will fuck other people.
Yeah, we're at the bottom of the little marionette strings. You know?
We just go yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So guy, and fucking African, quote unquote, tries to blow up a plane. This inept little douchebag.
With his underwear bomb.
With his underwear bomb to get us to submit to showing my non-big dick in an X-ray.
I know. Now we gotta all show our penises.
My funny hanging balls. Some cunt, some fat bitch from Newark. She gets to see my balls hang, and she gets level 12 clearance. It's bullshit.
I'm gonna make my balls very gamey for now on when I have to fly.
Just so they can see a fungus.
Yeah, just very gamey.
Let something grow to it becomes explosive material.
But Patrice, you're going off on a lot of different tangents.
Not
here,
really.
Which is fine.
It's the same.
Not really.
But bring it back to the guy who crashed his plane down there in Austin.
It's all the same.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
For that. He feels like he'd rather die.
And why doesn't the mainstream media, because when we say the media, people go, you're the media. Why doesn't the mainstream media pick up on some of these points? And why do they just go for the easy out and just go, well, another fucking kook decided to blah, blah.
Because they're the TSA. They're the National Guard who, if they're told to come and lock down a community, or they're the guys in the movies with the helmets on that say you got the outbreak monkey shit. The news are just they're told what to fucking do, and they do it.
Listen, and going with that point, we have 8 TVs in the studio right now. We have a guy that flew a plane into a building yesterday because he's a bit disgruntled, and some say he's just a crazy man, whatever. But it certainly should open up a discussion. But instead, I'm watching the TVs around our studio set up for the big Tiger Woods fucking press conference today. Look, there's a guy. He's live. He's a local guy. He has to be there for the big Tiger Woods press conference today, which is a nothing press conference that's going to last less than 5 minutes. It means fucking nothing to just about every single person that's going to watch this horse shit on TV today.
Open dialogue on
they don't want that. I'll tell you what they'll do. They'll fucking shake Haiti again before they let this motherfucker. They'll figure out how to make Haiti have another earthquake so we can sing songs so that this motherfucker looks like a lone kook that you don't talk about, but this motherfucker killed himself.
Reading his fucking letter, dude, you understand his frustration.
But look at this. They're discussing, maybe I can pop it out.
They're discussing Tiger.
Yeah, you think about that, and I think David Faraday, the golf analyst, said he wouldn't be surprised if he sees Tiger take the whole year off.
Wow, really?
People think he's going to go back to rehab, and then the feeling
Guy
is
killed
he's
himself
probably going to play in the Bay Hill, the Arnold Palmer event, which is just outside of his house.
This is what they need to discuss.
Mad at the IRS.
And they're just discussing it in a serious manner like they should be discussing the guy that just flew a plane into a building.
This is David Blaine waving his hand over to the left while he does something over here on the right.
I mean, it's just because
this is what they're discussing today. I've barely seen coverage on the plane crash. Barely.
Well, that's the story from outside here. Let's send it back to you guys in the next hour.
Thank you, Duke. All right, you can see Tiger's comments right here on Fox
thank
News
God.
this morning at 11 o'clock.
Thank you.
Also
How about an open discussion about taxes and the government and why an individual would do something like this instead of just writing it off as a manifesto, a wandering, crazy diatribe? How about you just openly discuss it? I like what Patrice said about we are more fucked now than we were when we left England
When this country was created.
When it was a colony, and England said, send your shit. You could live there, but send all your shit over to us. All the riches and good shit, because you belong to us still. And then the Patriots said, you know something? I like this place. Fuck the king. Fuck this shit. This is now us. We live here. And then England goes, hey, no, fuck you. We're yours. All right. War. Now we're going to fight you to keep this shit. It's worse now than it was then. Yep. They're asking for a lot more. Yep. Even in, now dollars and shit like that. I always liked the quote, the tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. You would never hear a politician
Are you willing to take a bullet, though?
I am much too important.
On the LIE.
I am
That's what I'm
much
saying.
too important. I know, exactly.
Are you willing to get smoked for your belief?
Though, that quote is Thomas Jefferson, who is looked at as, the fucking patriot, national hero, fucking founding father. But he said shit like that if you said it now, you're locked the fuck up as some kooky militant militia guy.
And here's the thing. If you look at the Constitution, they put things in order
of importance
to keep England from fucking you in your asshole.
They didn't say in no particular order.
First thing, the news.
Yeah.
Meaning, what you just said, why is this douchebag talking about Tiger when this
should
guy
be talking about something a little more serious?
Thinking he did a revolutionary act to please everybody. Listen.
Right.
The freedom of press. The freedom for people to go, no, this is some fucked up shit going on, but the press isn't free. Fox is, they own news. CNN owns news. This shit is, so the second thing is guns.
Right.
They thought that the people should have pistols.
Number 2 with a bullet, guns.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Thriller, the thriller of Constitution. No. The Eagles, best greatest hits album, number 1. The Eagles of the Constitution was the press should be able to say anything they fucking want. They expose this bullshit. Number 2, in case you said that,
mind without persecution.
Thriller was fucking. And then I don't even know what AC/DC Black.
I think that's one of those wacky. You shall not be able to take a soldier and put him in your house and board him during some type of war or peacetime.
There's a term called posse comitatus. You just be on there. One thing leads to another. Posse comitatus, right? It's a law, supposedly. They made it. The Army can't do civilian police work.
Right.
If you see an army in your neighborhood, a motherfucker with army shit, that's illegal. The government is not supposed to be sending the fucking army to do shit in your neighborhood. It's standing army where you live. It's illegal. But whatever. But that's what we are. Hey, what you going to do? They want what they want. $2 million. Hey, stop complaining.
Stop complaining.
I play my tithes. You douches.
The guy doesn't even understand. I understand you paid over $2 million in taxes last year. Were you happy?
Let's say hi to Tim in Portland.
Hey, Tim, were you happy paying over $2 million in taxes? And what percentage of what you make is $2 million?
Honestly, I got to set this up the right way and say that I used to be a poor black kid in the Bronx, and I grew up and I got into microprocessing, and so I always dreamed about being rich, and now that I am, it really doesn't. I just look at it this way: the government is the biggest mafia in the world, and you got to pay to play.
Got to pay to play,
and you're okay with that?
No, I'm not okay with it, but I believe that the asshole who killed himself would have killed himself for another reason. He was nuts. It had nothing to do with taxes.
Well, when is enough going to be enough, though? That's the question today. That's the question today, as they continue to take more and more of your money, and you do feel out there something is going on, something's bubbling. And what is that going to lead? Is that going to lead to anything? Maybe it never leads to anything. I don't know.
And when will you feel?
Yeah, when will you feel it? Yeah. Right.
Well, honestly, I always feel like something's bubbling because I'm a black guy, but I mean, honestly,
you're lying.
I'm always afraid of people. So the idea of a bunch of people getting together with this fervor, I mean, first they're pissed off about the taxes, then they're coming for my ass.
And it's a big plan, too, brother, because listen, it's like everything in this world, right? This is a lottery. We gotta have some people hit a lottery so everybody can think that they can win.
Right.
So when you have a bootstrap story, like you picked yourself up from the Bronx, we have to hear these kind of stories to make people who might fly a plane into a building for some reason
go, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, right. Go,
maybe
hey,
tomorrow's
this
my
guy's
day.
an asshole.
Where I get to make my
because I did it. But it's not, this is a system, man, that's based on, like a lot of women don't understand, right? The women's the women's liberation movement. They think it was based on, hey, we're tired. It's wrong to just continue to fuck women on every level. No, it's cause these bitches was home raising the kids and they wasn't getting taxed. They didn't make no motherfucking money. So get these bitches riled up so they can go out there and make some money so we can take that shit because we owe.
Half the population isn't paying taxes.
Hold on a minute.
Get them out there working.
Hold on a minute.
Probably going to look down if he's really feeling emotional.
Do you think he should read from a statement, or do you think he should just say it from his heart?
Reading from a statement is the worst thing. You come across as unemotional.
It's just Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. So what you want to do, you want to make
very
eye contact with someone on specific points, and then
now they're doing body language. They got body language experts.
He's going to be doing some self-touching, pacification, making himself feel
pacification
better.
really
look for genuine remorse.
What is he going to suck on the nipple of a hooker?
About what's happened.
Let's look at some of the past mea culpas that we've had in our news. The first one is our former
sleight of hand right
Spitzer,
there.
when he apologized.
There's some sleight of hand you're saying. You're seeing magic tricks.
To every New Yorker.
And I guarantee if you find something that's talking about the IRS guy, he's just a mental case, and that's what he is.
Patrice, 8 TVs on. Every once in a while I see the shot of the building on fire, but I don't see them sitting down with experts.
They're not discussing,
or anybody. I'm sure they did a little discussing on Fox News last night.
But not in
and CNN and MSNBC, but
not on a level of what was affecting him that he did this. They don't delve into it. Like I said,
just broad strokes, right?
6 pages that this guy wrote that was pretty concise and understandable. It wasn't a rambling diatribe. I understood everything that was written there. It wasn't like my dog was talking to me. Satan told me to do this. Fucking, it made sense. It was his story from the time he was in high school till the time he said, goodbye, I'm fucking crashing my plane into a building. All in between was his life and how disgusted he was at American people for just being sheep, and how he bought into it, and then how disillusioned he got when time and time again he just got fucked in the ass.
What?
And then it's like, I had no problem understanding what he was writing.
Why?
I'm not flying a plane into a fucking building, but I understood his writings.
They basically label us as shock jocks. Why are we talking about this way more than any fucking newsreader today?
This is shocking.
It's unbelievable. I mean,
because they don't want to. And
A-Rod also had
A-Rod, throw A-Rod in.
It had to do with steroids.
My cousin started telling
the White House also said, and they put this out so quickly, this is not a terrorist event. Don't worry, it's not terrorism. Now, hold on.
I see.
Here is a guy
I see what you're doing over there.
that is disgruntled
slow down a little bit.
with the United States government and decided to take violent action against the government because of his hatred, disillusionment, disenchantment, whatever. He is a terrorist.
But you know,
I'm not saying.
But the reason they're not is because they call it Big Sis now. They're not Big Brother. If people are not, they used to call it Big Brother. Now it's Big Sis because there's a woman that runs the show. She made priority 1 in terms of terrorism acts, but no one's talking about it. It's just in there. Are the crazy crackers in the hills?
Yeah.
Number 1 priority for the safety of this country are the crazy, the quote unquote, because I'm saying quote unquote because I'm not buying into it. Is these guys in the hills who just want to be left alone?
Yeah.
Those guys are the next guys. This is perfect for them to muscle those dudes, like not even what was Ruby Ridge,
right? Yeah.
Not necessarily David Waco, but that was one of those things where they make us go, this is a fucking kook. But here's the thing: 30 million black folks, right? Okay, very difficult for me to go. Yeah, this guy with his fucking Crocodile Dundee hat and his and his fucking cross eye. I'm on his side. See, that's why the racial game has to go on.
Right.
Because if you're going up there fucking with these crazy crackers in the hill who have cults, and we don't apply mind thinking to that this is all a setup because the government doesn't want us to really be upset.
It's a divide and conquer kind of a thing, too. There's strength in numbers, so the more you can put people into categories and divide them up, the less they're going to get together and band together and go, we're getting fucked here.
That's why everybody, and don't get this twisted, anybody, I do not...
See, again.
I do not support us being together.
Yes, me
because
neither.
Anybody who has any charisma that could galvanize people to think and come together for a common good in history gets fucking smoked. Starting with Jesus. Gandhi, smoked. Lincoln, free the slaves, smoked.
Yep.
Malcolm X, when he was hating white folks, wonderful life he was living. When he went and found out white people were like Muslim like him and he was rethinking it, get your hand out my pocket, nigga. Smoked. Martin Luther King, smoked. Gandhi, smoked.
Yeah.
Fucking Donald Rumsfeld lives a wonderful life.
Anwar Sadat, fucking shaking hands with Menachem Begin.
Smoked. Bringing people together.
What kind of cigarettes?
Nigga.
Fucking lead cigarettes. Fucking leadies. They call them leady non-filters.
Dead.
Dead.
Sorry for all the fucking crackers in the hills that I'm trying to relate to. He was murdered.
All right, listen, we're going to take a break. And we'll move on to other things, but we'll keep this topic on the table today, right?
Yeah, it's a biggie.
You want to go to break with an outtake from the We Are the World recording session from yesterday?
Why wouldn't we?
This is our distraction to make you forget about all the money that the government's taking.
Yeah, we'll do that.
We're no better than anyone else.
We'll just distract you.
The behind-the-scenes video is up on my YouTube channel, Opie Radio, whatever. The video that's really hot today is fucking read this palm. Read this, what the fuck is it again?
Read this palm, you gypsy bitch.
You gypsy bitch, which is right on the front page of WWTDD.com. It's the video with the commentary from the show yesterday, starring Patrice O'Neal. It's great if you haven't seen it yet. But first, a little behind-the-scenes action from the We Are the World recording session. Comic duo Pat from Menaki reacts to Sam and E-Rock talking quietly. Sandy King gets excited about Diet Pepsi. Just some of the babble that was happening in between takes yesterday.
All they saying. I can read his lips. Big Ace sucks. You should throw him out.
What? Has 9 toes. He's horrible.
Diet Pepsi in the fucking house. Diet Pepsi.
We should go back and... You got me with it. Is it sponsored? You should have a sponsor. We won't hold it.
Product placement.
We should hold gold dip roses. Steven Singer.
Yeah.
Steven, not singers. The Steven Singers. Oh, wow.
Yeah, we got a lot going on today. We're going to have Laszlo come in and do a little tech action for us. The Tiger Woods thing, Patrice. We're going to change gears for a little while, but then we're going to get into some Keith Olbermann audio, which is terrific.
Oh, really? What's he talking about?
It's terrific. Talking about Tea Parties, the Tea Party movement, and racism against Obama. People aren't happy with Obama, so he just quickly assumes it's got to be just completely racist.
Yeah.
But it goes with everything we were talking about for the last hour, or mostly Anthony was talking about for the last hour. But the Tiger Woods thing there, Patrice, big press conference today at 11 o'clock. A lot of the media saying, hey, he owes me an apology.
Very interesting. What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Someone owe you.
I'm sorry I got a whole bunch of pussy got caught. and they're saying he owes an apology to
his
the
family
other
and friends?
golfers.
Oh, right.
Yeah, really?
Really?
For what reason?
What he did for the other golfers is made them more money because the sport in general, because of Tiger Woods, got richer. So these guys got richer.
They're angry. A lot of these guys, like I think Sergio something
Garcia?
Sergio, not important though. is fucking
really
upset that people are asking him questions about Tiger.
Oh, yeah,
and Tiger left his colleagues to, like, golf is a game you can play absolutely by yourself. You're trying to beat numbers. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, you don't have to be playing. Yeah, you could be out there on the course by yourself. You're absolutely right.
You can bowl by yourself and go, hey, I bowled a goddamn 300. You don't need somebody else to go, yes, you did.
You just do it.
He bowled it against me. I don't need you.
It's definitely a individual sport big time.
Yeah.
They make believe it's not. But you're right. They're basically golfing for a number.
You owe me an apology.
You don't owe nobody shit.
Suck a dick.
That's what I was tweeting last night. This the ratings on golf are way the fuck down compared to this part of the season last year, because the season's not really heating up yet. Or holy shit, I'm having a tough time. The Masters and all that. What are they called? The holy shit, how am I fucking...
The majors?
The majors. My God, I'm losing it.
It's all right.
The majors aren't even, they're right around the corner.
It'll take about 6 more years for you to completely, for the signs to really...
Holy
for your hands to start shaking. So 6 years, enjoy it.
Holy shit.
It starts with forgetting 2 plus 2 is, it's fuck. 4, yes!
I just had one of those days yesterday. I had a lot of shit to do, so I'm like, fuck, I think mentally I'm just fucking tired today. Of course the majors. But anyway, what I'm saying is he doesn't owe the golfers anything because no one's watching golf because Tiger's not playing. What they want is Tiger to get back immediately. Immediately.
Well, he's I mean, that's the thing. This is the reason why, like, Obama's speeches are very, like, it's watched because in a place full of white, everybody goes, oh, he stands out. Tiger stands out because really, not Greg Norman. We said his name yesterday. The other guy, I'm not too the guy that's like one of the Phil Mickelson.
Yeah. Right.
It's like he can't be the face of golf.
No.
He's like, you are golf. Tiger's not golf, and that's why.
There's not a close...
People love watching him.
There's not a close second is the problem. I mean, Steve Stricker,
Mickelson's a close second.
Not anymore, bro. He's very old. He's out of the sport, basically. You got to look at the new guys. And as far as the new guys coming up, there's no one...
Sergio?
Even he's been kind of a bust. He was supposed to be a lot better.
He can't win nothing.
He was supposed to be a lot better than he is. Steve Stricker, we learned yesterday, is the number 2 golfer in the world. I should have known that, too. But he's a distant second. He can't hold this sport up by his bootstraps like Tiger does. But we're going to get the fucking press conference at 11. Me and Ant were joking where you said we're going to hear...
11 Eastern?
Yeah, we're going to hear... I'm sorry. We're going to hear I apologize. Mm-hmm. We're going to hear I take full responsibility. And what was the last one you threw in?
The last one is we now would like to ask the press for privacy so we can deal with this.
And heal.
Our family needs to heal. So if you could give us the courtesy of privacy, we would shut
all that horse shit that you hear every time. And he doesn't owe any of us any of that shit. If he owes his wife an apology and his friends an apology, he's done that by now behind closed doors.
And
right?
I know that big check with "sorry, honey" on the memo part.
The memo. I'm sorry,
I'm
honey.
sorry. Love Tiger on the memo part.
Hey man, she was photographed yesterday with her Nike gear on, so that was saying something. People are saying
no rings.
That's why I love my mother and my girl, because they don't have the same like morals that the mother from Scarface has. If I make my mother mad, if I cheat on my bitch, I can buy her out for a good meal.
The morals that Scarface's mother.
Where she says, I do not want your money. I do not want you here. He goes, here's $1,000, mama. It's like my mother would say, you shouldn't do this. If I gave my mother $10,000 of drug money and put in her bra, everything would be fucking good, right? Fine, man.
Mama, your son is a big success. I love when he sits there. He sits back like, nah, I'm a big success. And she's like fucking so pissed at him.
Who'd you kill for this, Antonio?
I didn't kill nobody.
I think you're fucking right, man.
Anyway, it's a big success. And he sits back waiting to get hugs and kisses from his mother. But that big fucking Angela Davis Afro sister comes over.
A big sorry. So his wife is paid for, fine and dandy. And a lot of these rich dudes, man, they cheat. it's a cheating cult. The women that muscle their way up to that level, that have an understanding like that, it's basically don't get caught. Don't make me look like a dick. Letterman, having to Letterman. The fucking ultimate that I don't understand how Tiger, again, talking about how to beat who's it. I don't understand how Tiger beats the governor of South Carolina who abandoned the state for some side pussy. He didn't abandon his wife.
That's a bigger story, don't you think?
Like, he should be still number one on the charts.
The
president of the United States got his dick sucked.
Elliot Spitzer fucking went to hookers.
What?
Fucking McGreevy was sucking dick at truck stops. I mean, but Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods is the poster child.
It's disgusting.
David Letterman has he had a vault in the back of his thing built to get his dick sucked. Like one of them things where you pull down 3 books and the candle.
The bookshelf turns around.
You lift up the statue's head and press the red button.
Right. God bless Letterman, man.
Are you serious?
It leads to, remember yesterday we were talking about that, The Insider? Well, they had Jerry Springer on talking about the Tiger Woods thing, and it's the same shit. They're talking about how Tiger owes us this and that, and Jerry actually is like, he don't owe us shit. And then they went after Jerry Springer, so it's a quick clip I want to play for everybody today.
Do you think Elin should stand by Tiger's side at the press conference?
Absolutely not. You know what? For the past 3 months since
this guy is
that Mario Lopez?
No, that's the other show. He's on. I'm embarrassed that I know this, but I think he's on Extra.
Because Mario's turned into that guy too. This is naughty to other guys.
I'll say it every fucking time. This white guy is the guy that said Tiger Woods, when this all went down, owes me an apology. As a golf fan, I think he said, as a golf fan, Tiger owes me an apology. And as a white man, a middle-aged white man, I was fucking embarrassed.
Who cares?
Traded a ball.
I was so embarrassed.
Traded a ball.
Fucking
ball trader.
Fucking douche chills. And here he goes again. It's that same guy.
This is how like this guy is.
Right.
Do you think Elin should stand by Tiger's side at the press conference?
Absolutely not. You know what? For the past 3 months since the scandal broke, all we've seen is Elin and all the gossip magazines and everything. We need to hear from Tiger now. If she is there, not only is it going to be extremely awkward, but everyone's going to be focusing on what her reaction, what he's saying is. We need to hear from Tiger.
This guy must have a clit.
Yeah.
This is like
that's a vagina. He's tugging out of his badge.
Shit. No offense to the vaginas out there, but this is vagina shit.
Fag. And I don't mean that he fucks other men. This is
like
fucking
faggoty.
Sissy.
This is gossipy gossip.
It'll take away from what Tiger has to say. I don't think she shouldn't be. Why do you even give a shit?
Right.
And the thing that you know about human nature, I swear I had a show idea, we talked about all day long, is a show following people who do this. And just for a year, just follow them. And just do a show like, this sissy went in there, fucked the boy in his ass and left.
Yeah. Why don't you tell us why you went into that sex shop? You know, I'm off of work.
We all have vices. There's no one that's perfect.
But you're calling out everybody on your show. What do you have to say to that? Like, just shove a mic in his face.
I would love to see that.
Oh, it would be good. That would really be a great show.
He owes us an apology. Absolutely not. She should not. It's like, what?
I hate these gossip shows. That's why I watch, just to get fucking enraged.
I would never take a job where I couldn't at least give a man's point of view on something.
Yeah, this guy is giving a vagina point of view.
Exactly.
All right, it gets better with Jerry Springer.
Hear from Tiger.
With all due respect, it's not our business. If she wants to be there, let her be there. None of this is our business. It's their marriage.
Mayhem?
That is
sums it up.
That's as easy as it gets. That is the only answer to this entire thing. Jerry Springer, of all people.
Good answer, Jerry.
Right. Although we've had Jerry on the show, and
he's a cool dude. He has a douchey show.
And he admits it, though. That's why he's great. He goes, I have the worst.
Dude, right.
I think he says, I had the worst. I have the worst show on TV.
He says he's got the worst show on TV. He goes, but it's been on for so many years. He goes, what am I going to do? Stop doing it?
But Jerry Springer gives the most obvious and the only answer in general to this.
None of your bit. And
this topic. But watch, they can't go with that.
That to that type of show, what Jerry just said is like, no, everything's our business.
It has to be, or we don't exist.
We don't have fucking jobs.
We don't exist. It's our business.
Unless Lindsay Lohan's fucking pussy slips out when she's coming out of a limo. Fuck.
Well, here comes
hilarious. Jesus Christ, man.
Exactly.
Here comes the heat, though. They can't let Jerry just say that.
Let her be there. None of this is our business.
Doesn't
it's
it
their
create
marriage.
mayhem, though, Mr. Mayhem? Doesn't this create a circus environment? It's going to be a circus regardless if Elin is there, but I don't think Elin should be there. She should stay far away. Tiger got himself into this mess. He should get himself out.
If the reports are true and they're not living in the same house, it's going to be very confusing to the public, this appearance of reconciliation.
I'm just saying, it's not our business. They have a marriage. He owes an apology only to his wife. He doesn't owe an apology to us. I never said to my kid, I want you to have a marriage just like Tiger Woods.
He owes an apology to Jerry, you stop it because you know.
Did you hear that again? He owes an apology to me. It was in the background. It's just why does Tiger Woods owe you an apology?
Yeah. You know why? Have a marriage just like Tiger Woods.
He owes an apology to Jerry, you stop it because you know you like the sensational and you know you nosy. I see you digging in people's business trying to get the 411. Don't try it. Don't try it,
Nobody comes. Look, I have the worst show on television. I admit it. But no one comes on our show who doesn't want to come on and just talk about their lives. And I always tell them, you're nuts if you do this.
There you go. Jerry Springer way smarter than any of those dummies.
He's trying to talk his idiots out of actually coming on his show.
Right.
There's no reason.
Jerry, I'm going to come on your show, Jerry.
You talk to an unreasonable person, man. I think that's one of the circles of hell, I think. Unreasonable people are in hell. I really believe that. I think fraud and lack of reason. And it's just, you get, this is what I'm going to say, and I'm going to say this, and you go, you
try to
just
reason.
go, I'm not going to, and you learn this, I'm not going to be reasonable. I say sitting there attacking, you just go, you dumb bitches are stupid. And then that'll shock them right into like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, let's go to Matt in Jersey. Matt, what's up, buddy?
You know, a couple things real quick. When you were talking about people getting bought out, don't forget the joke about Kobe with his wife was that the rock he got her was
that $4 million ring, yeah, man.
24 carats because that's his number, and purple because it happened on the road, right?
Oh, yeah?
All right, well.
The apology thing reminds me of that episode of Seinfeld where George is trying to get James Spader to apologize to him.
Oh, the ice cream shop? That's a good one. He's like, no.
It's like,
what is it with apologies, though? What is it with this thing where someone owes... It's like the Michael Vick thing, and I talked about that. I love animals, hated what he did, but the one thing he did that he doesn't owe anything... One, he's not sorry. He hates dogs.
Right.
Two, he went to jail. See, if sorry really meant something, there'd be a lot less people in jail. Oh, my God, I killed this family with my drunk driving. I'm so sorry. I'll never do it again.
Oh, okay. You're free to go.
Just don't do it again. Now, if you do it again, you're going to go to jail right away.
Because I'm really sorry.
I'm really sorry.
So you wouldn't do it again because you were really sorry.
Yes. Even the Michael Vick thing, what he did was just completely disgusting, obviously, to most people. But even that, he doesn't owe me an apology.
He doesn't owe an apology, right?
I don't even fucking know
No,
the
he
guy.
doesn't. I hate...
If he killed one of my
dogs, yeah.
If he killed one of my dogs,
prison.
then I would go, whoa, hey. But why does Michael Vick owe me an apology?
Nothing. If I killed 50 hookers, went to jail, got out, and they go, Patrice, you sorry? Like, no. Like, I love killing hookers. I just got caught.
I went to jail.
You caught me. I'm not sorry.
If I said I'm sorry, it would be insincere and fake and phony.
And bullshit, because I'm not sorry.
Which is what we say all the time. Anytime you hear someone apologizing, especially for language or offending a group or something, it's bullshit.
We've been forced to apologize a few times, and it's a low life for our careers. It's embarrassing.
They don't really
when they throw
care.
an apology in front of you and go, you better read this, and you better be sincere when you do it.
No one.
You better be contrite.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
contrite.
dude.
That's a word I shouldn't even know. Don't you hear? He was very contrite. We believe him to be
the last
sorry.
apology we did, they go, and we'll be listening. That was their final words.
Yeah.
And we'll be listening.
They said that to you?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
you must have
read the
shit blood.
statement. Aunt read the statement. It was before we came back on the air.
With less passion than a Steven Singer Gold Rose read.
Him and his stupid roses.
Right. What's
We
next,
get it.
Stephen?
Yeah, really.
Just start dunking children in that for Mother's Day.
Why don't you
dunk your child in gold?
Why don't you
molten
dip your
gold.
penis into fucking 24 karat gold? And how about a little exposure on your website? There's a little too much Howard
Hey,
exposure
he said
on your
our
website.
names on there.
Yeah, but
We're on there.
People see. People have been tweeting me about it.
Well, it's Howard.
Oh
yeah.
Tiger Woods and his apologies.
Okay, let me.
It's like a countdown to Tiger's apology on the news.
Let's say hi to Ian
Fucked up
Halperin.
world we're in.
Ian.
Hey, Good Friday. Good Friday, Opie.
Good Friday, Ian.
This is a good spot for you, man. We're talking about Tiger Woods, the big press conferences at 11. What are you hearing?
I don't know what's going to go on there. I'll tell you one thing about Tiger.
Whoa! Isn't it your job to know what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm undercover here. I've been flying around. I'm in a whirlwind here. I'm dizzy.
Cover. I wish it was the cover of a coffin.
Reggie Bush is on my mind this morning because
Reggie Bush. We're all talking about Tiger Woods.
No, he's
you better
10
have something
steps
on
ahead.
Tiger, or you're going to be fucking hung up on.
Ian's
sir.
10 steps ahead of everybody. He's
Is he?
on to somebody else already.
I'm sorry. Yes, Ian. I apologize.
Bush is going in front of the NCAA committee today, and I'll tell you one thing. I think he's going to have to hide that Heisman up Kardashian's ass because he's going to be dethroned of that. He was being paid illegally, all kinds of illegal things are going on. And
OJ still has his.
Take this Heisman away from him.
You don't even know what you're saying. OJ has his
And he
Heisman.
just fucked you up.
They're not going to take his
you just
fucking
got
Heisman
fucked
trophy.
Oh, knockout punch by Patrice O'Neal. OJ.
If they didn't take OJ's Heisman, there's not a chance
They're not
anyone else
taking
will get their
his fucking
Heisman taken
Heisman
away.
trophy.
Come on, Ian.
No, Google it.
And plus, it's not his fault. It's the university's fault. They're going to blame the university's going to get judged. He's a professional athlete now, and he's done with college, and he's going to keep his trophy. Then no one's going to take it. And do what? Say there's no winner for his year?
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
It doesn't go well with the NCAA when you're banging a white chick, and that's what's.
Whoa.
Hey, man, that's a very honest thing.
They are taking that trophy away. I mean, they're going to have to seriously get people to exhume it from Kardashian's butt. That's where he has it, and that trophy he's going to be dethroned. I'm telling you right now.
Well, that's big news.
So the 2000, and what is it, 6?
Yeah, 6'5".
What are they going to do? They're going to give it to the other guy? He gets it now, and he's going to take it and go, hey, I rightfully... It's not like he took performance-enhancing drugs. He fucking took money. So does that make him run better because he took money from a fucking... like a booster? He was the same guy. Whether he didn't take money or not, he won it.
He performed.
Fair and fucking square. They're not going to take his... It's unprecedented. They can't take it.
Yeah, they're taking it, dude. They're taking it.
Mark my words.
Google it, man. I'm telling you right
Good,
now.
right. Mark my words.
All right.
And he's going to walk, man. He's going to be dethroned. They have to set a precedent. They're going to make him a scapegoat. Look, if it was a white guy, this would never happen. The fact it's Reggie Bush, he's banging a white chick.
But by the way, I banged a Kardashian girl once. Google it.
You banged her?
No,
you did.
No, you did. I swear.
I didn't bang her.
I saw
You didn't bang her.
I was sitting next to her mom the other night at the Boa restaurant in Beverly Hills, and I'll say this, man, she looks like crap, that mom. Like she's had more surgery than Michael Jackson, I think, tenfold. That woman, her face seemed to be falling down.
Ian, I'm going to give you a scoop. They're saying now that Michael Jordan will be at this press conference with Tiger Woods today. What do you got on that?
Well, they're
taking bets on what he's going to say.
You want Michael Jordan? I mean, I think he might have had some side pussy over the years. I don't know for sure.
Oh, yeah,
but
he lost his wife. He lost his marriage. Yeah.
Is it a fit? Yeah, all right. So why would he be at the press conference with Tiger Woods? But that's the big rumor
I'll tell you,
right now.
Tiger's like the flying nun compared to Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was banging everything in sight during his NBA career. So this is the old
I know, I pulled the train with him.
And, after the press conference, they're going to head down to the local strip bar and spend, what we make in about a day. They'll be
that'd be great.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
So you dine next to Kris Jenner on Valentine's Day, and you want to explain the fascination with this family, the Kardashians.
Yeah, I mean, look, she's alone. Valentine's, I think her hubby, Bruce Jenner, was playing in the Pro-Am every year, so she's with some hot chick. Her face looks like it's falling off. I sneezed, by the way, almost on her. And why are we so obsessed with these chicks? They're all banging black dudes. The mom, she looks about, I'd say in person, about 93. And Bruce Jenner, man, look, he only got it up in Montreal, my hometown, in 76. What has he done since?
Well, he didn't need to do anything else. He won a lot of fucking medals.
I just think this is Robert Kardashian's hell, is what it is, for getting OJ off the hook for murder. His hell is now to spend eternity looking at his daughters having sex with big black men.
I mean, high-level balls.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Just taking it balls deep.
6'11" dicks.
Oh, yeah.
Mashing those tender white women.
Oh, yeah.
Just mashing the inside.
God bless reparations.
That's it. Robert Kardashian's just in fucking, like, purgatory somewhere going, what is it? I gotta watch this?
Ian, this just in. Jordan's gonna be announced as one of Tiger's last mistresses.
Oh, there you go.
Yes,
coming
that's
out
going to be...
that wouldn't surprise me.
Hey, listen, speaking of gay, you say there's a big fucking gay sex scandal happening with the Olympics.
Yeah, really. One of my sources, he's at the Olympics right now, and he
think it's one of the ice skaters? The figure skaters? Because I wouldn't believe it.
It wouldn't be. That's got to be a sport where you would never think, right, Ian?
No, incredibly, it's two hockey players, one from the U.S. team and one from Belarus. They were caught making out in the Olympic Village 2 or 3 nights ago, and
that was a dare.
Yeah, come on.
Probably some dumb fucking.
Hey, that's to prove how tough you are in some shitty country,
right?
So, what's going on there, man? There's a lot of hanky-panky. It seems all of these athletes, they're shagging each other in that village. My source, who's been covering it for European Magazine, he says it's a lot of sex is going on in that village.
Now,
of course there's a lot of sex going on in that village.
Ian,
the Olympics.
Can I go back now? When you were talking to us about the Super Bowl, didn't you also say a lot of sex was going on with the press and everybody at the Super Bowl?
Yes.
In Miami, was it?
Is it safe to say that there's a lot of sex going on everywhere?
Yeah, apparently everywhere, Ian.
Well, look, we're not going to deny it. Look at Tiger, man. He spends more time, shagging than golfing. And
are you married, brother?
Am I married?
Yes, sir.
Well, are you interested? What's it to you, man? I'm undercover.
He's undercover right now.
Oh, he's an undercover guy?
He's an undercover guy.
He's not.
Who says he plays the saxophone, but we know it's bullshit.
He's an undercover guy that wears giant fucking sparkly glasses.
He looks like Andrew Dice Clay a little bit.
Like, why would you wear those if you're undercover?
Ian, when are we going to hear you play that saxophone you keep talking about?
I got to come into your studio and bring in my band. It's called the His Highness Band.
Yeah.
And we got to give you guys a concert with my dancers and have a rock and
how about you play this?
I heard a bit of that. We are the world.
Oh, wow.
All right, well.
Get him involved.
Yeah. How about you play the saxophone for us right now over the phone?
I don't have any horns here, man. I'm in transit right now.
Okay. Just talking to your sources every day, and
I would love to.
Yeah. What do you got on Barbara Walters?
Well, here's the question that I have for you guys. She's announced it's her last Oscar special.
Yes.
And rumor is Diane Sawyer, Queen Latifah, Samantha Harris, who I actually like a lot, and she just announced she's off Dancing with the Stars. They've been shortlisted to take over. Who do you guys think should take over? I'm not sure I'm convinced any of the above fit the bill.
Beyonce's father.
I'm going to go with Ernest Borgnine.
That's a good one.
Ernest Borgnine.
He's a fucking interesting guy, Ernest.
Still alive.
The answer would be, who gives a shit?
Right. That is the correct answer. When I heard her announce that she wasn't going to do any more Oscar night interviews, it was the biggest who gives a shit moment I've ever heard.
Who cares? Besides Walter Cronkite's ghost.
Yeah, fuck it.
Who
cares?
Who gives a shit?
That show goes on without Barbara Walters. Who cares? It probably will be better without her.
And now back to the Barbara Walters interviews.
Oh, wow. Is she going to make the person cry? Is she going to ask a weird question like, if you were a tree?
If you were a twig.
Hey, who gives a shit?
Diane Sawyer, she'll probably get the gig. And I think it's a bad choice. She bores me to tears. And
got something in common.
One thing about Sawyer, I think her time should have been up about 6 years ago. And the fact that she's doing the news right now, I think they're going totally the wrong direction with her.
All right, well, and finally, I guess you had a date with a Pantene cover girl?
What? Yeah, man. Well, you know that agency, Kelleher International. I went undercover with them, and they hooked me up with the date of my life. It was a Pantene cover girl from the UK.
Who?
What was her name again?
Punch her up.
Man, I could YouTube her, the clip of her.
It's Emma something.
Her name was Katie Millerbrook or something like that.
All right.
We better find this, or you're in deep shit.
She was so hot, so intelligent. It was a home run date. It was the first time in 10 years I've gone on a date, and the woman wasn't trying to suck my dick after 10 minutes. So
and that's what?
Oh, so
a problem?
That didn't work.
Well, it's quality, man. Usually, for some reason, I've been used to McDonald's. This was prime rib.
Are we looking at her now, Danny? No, we can't find her.
Ian was happy to be sitting there, not getting his dick sucked, because you were having a great moment with this Pantene model.
Boy, you're a real man,
girl.
Ian.
Yeah, quality, man. I felt
Ian
so good. We talked about
Halperin
everything.
is so full of shit.
He's laughing.
You are so full of... Is that her?
This girl...
and you're happy she wasn't sucking your dick?
What's wrong with you?
Stop it.
Well, hey, man.
You sure you weren't in the Olympic Village with that athlete from Belarus?
Wow.
She's pretty.
The only reason she wouldn't be sucking my dick if I was out with her would be because I was eating her ass and she couldn't get to my dick.
Yeah, why didn't you eat her ass, Ian?
Well, you got to be a gentleman the first 20 minutes.
That is a gentleman. That is a gentleman.
Let me say hi to Mark in Florida. Mark, we're on with Ian Halperin, who knows, nothing. But we love having him on the show.
He's an enigma.
Yeah. Mark.
Good morning, boys.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, I just wanted to ask Ian, how the hell can the NCAA take away a private award awarded by the Downtown Athletic Club that has nothing to do with the NCAA?
Oh, Ian, comment. Ian, comment.
Great insight there.
He's got you
there, Ian.
Damn.
Look, from what I know, he's going before the board today.
You know it's over when you start with from what I know. He got off his pulpit. From what I understand, he's not taking it. They're not taking it.
Yeah,
Ian, he might have got you right there.
I think he got you there. Well, I'm looking at this girl. I'm freaking out.
Let's see the end result. Again, I predict he will lose the trophy.
Ian,
it's like the Hall of Fames are private. The Hall of Fames are fucking...
Yeah. Let's go to Jason in Virginia.
Private.
Ian, first of all, wait. Ian, where did you go with this girl?
We went to Yamashiro. It's a Japanese restaurant in the Hollywood Hills.
And what did you do? Kind of walk me through the date
it was a blind
quickly.
date. I showed up. I had no idea what to expect. And then this beautiful woman shows up. And I said, wow, this is awesome, with a British accent. And we enter the restaurant. We get a good table with a view of all of Hollywood. It's really high up, this restaurant, and just talked for about 3-4 hours. We were the last people to leave. And
you talked to her for 3 hours, and so you woke her up and then you left.
Yeah, well, she drove me back to my pad, and that was it.
And that was it. You didn't?
Yeah.
Did you invite her in?
No.
Yeah. Why didn't you invite her in? Say, hey, want to come into my pad? Talk about maybe a drink or something.
Well, I felt it was just too early.
Too early? What do you think? You getting a second date with this fucking girl?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Oh, you are?
I already informed Kelleher International I want one more.
And what did it cost?
What did that cost? Actually, the dinner was about $450.
No, I mean, did you have to pay an agency or her or anything?
No. Because I went undercover.
Right.
I told them if I'm satisfied, I'll gladly pay up at the end. So I was able to.
They fronted you a model?
Yes, they did.
I again will say Ian Halperin is full of shit.
Why would you say that?
Because they're not fronting him a Pantene model that I'm looking at here and is fucking drop-dead gorgeous.
Oh, yeah? Well, hey, You're probably the same guy saying I'm full of shit when I went into the Church of Scientology and got them to sign on the dotted line.
That's right, Anthony. Let's not forget about that.
I love Anthony.
Yeah.
Because, Anthony loves my leftovers, so I love the guy.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Why are you holding that over his head?
Leftovers. Everyone's a leftover, my friend. Everyone's a leftover unless you're fucking a virgin. Your little Pantene model was a leftover. She sucked someone else's dick and not yours. She sucked someone else's dick and not yours.
I'm glad you added that little footnote of because I didn't get that, quite frankly, until you added virgin. Yeah. And that's actually a profound statement.
Everyone's a leftover.
Let's. Did we say hi to Jason in Virginia? Jason, did you get to talk?
No, not yet.
All right, you're on with Ian Halperin.
Yeah, this guy sounds like the Kaiser Soze of bullshit. He's just sitting in his hotel room. He saw a Pantene bottle.
Yeah, like Kaiser Soze, he just looks around the room. Goes, I could talk about a Pantene model.
International is makes the towels. He's full of shit.
No, it's great.
She worked
at a milled soap factory. You're the type of guy, when I'm talking about all this, you're jacking off and you're probably thinking of me and her with you, and that ain't going to happen anytime soon.
I remember she worked for the Kobayashi Porcelain Company. It was Kobayashi.
Wait, John in Alabama. John, go ahead. You're on with Ian Halford.
Hey, boys. Who are you hiding from, Ian? Who are you going undercover from? I don't know who the fuck you are.
Well, dude, hey.
I think, let me explain. I think what John is saying is you're not famous enough to be undercover. You could just be Ian.
Right, you could just be you.
You could just be you.
That works for me.
Exactly.
Let me tell you something.
You're welcome, John. I just want to make sure Ian understood your point.
No, I was with two chicks that night. The Pantene girl and another girl. Her name is Minibar. I was with...
Ian, why don't you fucking stick up for yourself? Jesus, what's wrong with you?
I love you guys.
I'm undercover.
Are you losing your balls? Let's go.
Shabbos is coming up in a few hours here, so I'm not going to argue with you.
I got you.
Anthony, man, look, I'm going to take Anthony. I'm going to pay his ticket up to Canada and give him the grand tour.
I'd love to.
I'd love to. His opinion of me.
I'd love to. What part of Canada?
Montreal, about 2 hours north.
Okay.
Ian, how are you able to go on dates with Pantene models if you're married?
No, I'm not married.
Oh, I think, you might have said you were married on this show.
No, not married. Just happy-go-lucky Canadian and dating Pantene models. And
I so say.
All right.
Anything
else, Ian, that we didn't cover?
I think we're just about done. I wanted to let you guys also know Heather Mills, apparently she's plowed through $54.5 million in 22 months from Sir Paul, and I just have no idea where she put all this dough, but that's quite a bit of loot to get rid of so quickly.
Wow, how is there no way to find out, what she spent there? You ought to go undercover as her leg.
Yeah, you know what? Let me ask you a question. Would you shag Heather Mills without that leg on?
No, why not?
Yeah. Would you eat her out without that leg?
It might get a little sweaty, but why not?
I don't know. I wouldn't take Sir Paul's seconds.
Leg?
Would I what?
Would you lick the prosthetic leg?
Yeah, that's easy.
Oh, it's disgusting.
I think Mills needs Anthony in the hay. That could turn this around.
Thank you, Ian.
All right. We lost Patrice. Ian, thank you so much, sir.
Yes,
we appreciate your phone call every week.
Ian. On the Opie and Anthony show, the greatest radio shoon in New York City. And peace out, everyone. Have a great weekend.
All right, Ian Halperin. Go to IanUndercover.com.
Yes.
He's even got the website, IanUndercover.com.
IanUndercover.com.
Right, Ian?
Yeah, that's it. And a lot of people from your show have been saying hi, and I appreciate it. And I'll tell you one thing. Kardashian and Bush, they're toast too. One more year, that's it. After he loses this Heisman, it's all over. That chick, man, she's just, I think it's awful. Have you ever met her?
No, I bet.
She refuses to do our
have.
show.
Dude, I've seen these posters of her all over the place in L.A. It looks more airbrushed than anything I've ever seen.
Ian, let me tell you what I just did for you.
Yes.
It's Follow Friday on Twitter. I am now following Ian Undercover on Twitter.
All right. Well, hey, check it up.
That's what I do.
I'm going to do a post on you guys.
That's what I do for you right now. Look at this. And I hit follow. You're in.
All right. Hey, thanks, bro.
All right, get the fuck out of here now, or whatever. All right, Ian Halperin, everyone. All right, we'll take a break.
Shit. That fucking guy.
Duke, who are you hearing is going to show up? Is Elon going to be there?
Oh.
You know, that's the $1 million question. There's some reports that she will not be here. Other reports say she will be here. If I was a betting man, I would say that his mom is definitely going to be here. We're also hearing Michael Jordan is going to be here. Now, that makes a lot of sense on a couple different levels. Tiger and Michael are friends. And not only that, you know, they represent that Nike brand. And Phil Knight, the CEO of Nike, came out and he said, hey, look, this too shall pass and Tiger is going to be big. I mean, Tiger, after Michael Jordan left Nike, is really Nike when you think about it. The three big names on Nike are Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, and Derek Jeter, with Jordan and Tiger being the biggest. But we're hearing, you know, Michael may be here, and really that may be the only athlete in the world more famous than Tiger Woods, if that's at all possible, especially after this event. And,
Shut up!
So we're also hearing it's going to be 5 to 7 minutes. Some people say it may go 12 minutes. Once again, there is it's
Ian
a controlled
Halperin just
environment.
talked to
No
us.
questions will be asked.
Very
the Golf Writers
interesting.
of America have decided to
Heisman
boycott
trophies
this.
are up for
they
grabs.
have 3 seats available at this press conference. They decided because you can't ask questions,
Will Elon
they're not
be
going to be
there?
on hand.
Wait,
It's going to
who?
be a very
Who's
controlled
bailing?
environment. One camera.
What?
Only one camera
One
is going to be there.
camera?
It's a pool camera, and it's going to be
What's this,
interesting
the Opie and Anthony
to see
show?
how controlled that camera is. Will there be cutaways if Elon is there?
Oh, my God, this is
of Elon? Will
holy
his mom be
shit.
there?
This
If
is the
Elon
world
is
we
there,
live
is she
in.
next to him? I imagine if Michael Jordan's in the crowd, we're also going to see the camera pan to him as well. So this is going to be people are going to study this case, crisis management people, public relations people, in colleges for years and years to come. This was controlled
and years to come.
It's going to be it's really a historic day when you think about it.
This guy,
This is a historic day.
Let me tell you something. This guy,
Oh yeah, sure he did. He was divorced, and everybody, you know, there's some
this guy
backstory.
being there is so caught up in the story because he's there,
right,
that he really thinks it's a big event. Like, they sent him down there to cover this, and he's there talking with the other reporters. There's probably a lot of rumblings and hoopla and speculation. So he gets on and goes, "This is astounding! Oh my God, the eagle has landed! Oh, man has walked on the moon!" Fuck. It's
I
Tiger
just want to
Woods.
say that I appreciate everyone's patience. I want to say that I first of all apologize to my beautiful wife Edith for anything I've done to
My kids, my
I'd like to
mom.
first of all apologize to my children and my children. I like to apologize because it forever is going to be haunting them for the. I also like to apologize to my friends and all of my supporters, and I just want to say that I appreciate the job. I went and took care of my problems, and my problems are 100%, and I will make
Time's
a
up.
return to golf, and that I will. Golf has been good to me, and I like to thank Nike. I like to thank Tag Heuer.
Oh yeah, he's
and I
got
like
to
to
get the
thank-
sponsors in.
And I will never. This will not. And here's the mistake. Don't even say this will not happen again, nigga.
Sandy Kane on fucking
know,
Channel 5. Dr. Bonnie
is always having a lot
Eaker
of risk-taking,
Wheel
thrill-seeking behavior.
relationship
Because these
that-
guys thrive
She's a
on stress. Like the
relationship
Wall Street
therapist.
guys.
What does she know about
What the
fucking
fuck
could this pig possibly
well,
know?
We got to figure out what to do to make us have novelty, but not to do it, when it's wrong. That's
Thank
the
you,
point.
Dr. Bonnie. Appreciate
Thank you
it.
Check out her
so
book, Make Up, Don't Break Up, Dr. Bonnie Eaker Weil.
Women
My website,
want cheating
drbonnie.com.
to be a disease.
Let's get a check on.
That can be
so
cured
fucking
or
bad.
something, or treated.
All the shit that we do, right? That we do and we have to do, to get pussy. Meaning all the charm, all the
jumping
shit,
through hoops,
all the talking,
money, right.
all the fucking stuff that we say. Look, we hate doing it, but we've established an ability to do it. Women just won't establish an ability to make us give them love with the same passion that they give us pussy. That we make them give. We compel them to open their legs.
Yes.
But they can't compel us to open our hearts. They just fucking write books, say it's a disease, say this. It's look, I've said this before. You can do an interview, right? For the most part, an interview, and you go, say to a woman, do you love your man? Yes, I do. Do you love your family? Yes, I do. Yes. Do you love your children? Yes, I do. Do you love your life? Yes, I do. Are you happy? Yes, I am. Fully happy. will you fuck that supermodel over there, that Calvin Klein model? Would you risk that to fuck that gorgeous man over there? No, I will not, because I'm happy with my life. Sir, are you happy with your life? Yes. Are you happy with your family? Yes. Are you happy with everyone in your life? Yes, I am. Would you fuck that woman thrown up behind a dumpster and risk everything to fuck that girl peeing in the middle of the street? Would you risk your family? Yes. Yes, I would. Risk it all to fuck a pig in the mouth behind a dumpster. Jesus. Why? I don't know. I don't know. I do love my wife. I do love my children. I don't want to lose them, but I want to fuck that pig. Holy shit. It's not a disease. It just is what it is.
That is fucking.
It's a fight to not fuck other women. Why is that so bad? It's a fight.
Yeah, with those books, they'll write books. They'll put out fucking. They'll put little practices in place of therapy and everything like that. But
it's simple. It's just simple. It's our one thing that keeps us from being perfection.
That is true.
Is the constant barrage of wanting to stick our dick in something. There's no such thing as glory holes for pussies. Women won't just stick their pussy through a hole and have somebody do something to it.
Right.
There's men that'll stick their dick through a hole just so something happens to it.
Jesus. Fucking Patrice.
Do you understand? This is not the only thing. If we were faithful, do you know what would happen? Women would turn into the I Am Legend monsters running around trying to find dick because they didn't realize all the dick they were getting, they were sharing anyway. Look, man, this shit, could you just, we don't have periods. We don't fucking have children. There's nothing to slow a man down from moving. And there's a lot of things that keep women from just moving, man. Like, I mean, PMS without the bleeding makes them fucking irritable.
Freaking out.
It's rough being a woman, man. There's a lot of things that we deal with, but they're visual. If you see a baby come out your girl's pussy, you go, whoa, that's real. You see a bitch bleeding and she's going bananas, you go, that's fucking real. But you say to a bitch, baby, I need to fuck something. That ain't you. That ain't real in him.
But it's real.
But it's real.
But it's real.
It's real. It's fucking real. I need to fuck something.
God that's the man's period.
At least understand. Yes.
That's our cross to bear.
I say, I'll be on stage, I go, ladies, you ever been with a man long enough in your life, right? And you go, and you go, this motherfucker act like he's on his period. Right? You know what a man's period is? He's being faithful. That motherfucker is not getting other pussy, so he's irritable.
You got to get on TV and show the world his perspective, because there's not a guy out there brave enough to say he's on TV.
He's sick. I cramp up. I cry for no reason.
Yeah.
When she says, what time is it? 7:30, bitch. Didn't I buy you a watch? What's wrong with you? I ain't fucking all the bitches, ho. Get over it. I'm having my fucking PMS. They're killing me with this shit. They don't want to understand. They don't even want to understand, man, what it is. And I'm not saying every guy, first of all, fuck that. Cheating, right? Fuck the actual cheating.
Yeah.
Women don't even want to discuss the feeling of wanting to cheat with us. Like the draw to cheat. And I say, look, what is cheating? Cheating is a man that sneaks out of his house to go to find some like semblance of happiness behind his woman's back so he doesn't hurt her feelings.
Jesus.
Cheating is for them. Holy shit.
How do you fucking...
It's not for me.
That's a hell of a spin job.
I don't want to run around in the streets risking my family.
Because then you just fucking invite the girl over to your house and fuck her in front of your girl.
I want to do it while you're there, sweetie, so I can get that evil out.
Because that would hurt her.
It would hurt her feelings.
So the cheating part is actually helping.
It's for them.
It's out of kindness.
Yes, you know how much empathy I have for you for sneaking out to fuck another woman? Holy shit.
Where are you at with your book?
Whoa.
You writing the book?
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Ooh.
Is that a good one?
Oh, yeah, it's a really good one, man.
Don't forget who told
I'm letting everybody fucking write their goddamn books.
What chapter is this?
Oh, shit.
Did you just give a chapter away?
It might have.
It don't matter. It's so much.
Plenty.
It's just all I gotta do is do enough analogies.
I've been telling you for years, your relationship book will be massively huge. Massively huge. All right,
I hate when I turn and think that fucking intern's a chick. That annoys the piss out of me.
What, Johnny Weir?
Yeah. Johnny Weir was just in studio, but I was looking at something, and then I looked up to, make eye contact with Patrice, and he was walking out of the studio, and I'm like, who's this bitch? Oh, it's fucking...
and he's a fag.
A little guy.
No, he says
but
he's
he
not.
says no.
No man, hold on, man.
He
says he's not,
no man waves at other men like this.
Like that.
No,
Never.
he's gay.
He says he's
Never.
not.
Fucking gay.
And what's he got? A fucking...
It's not going to ruin it. It's
fashion.
not going to ruin your career if you admit you're gay. It's going to help your career, man. It's nothing but gay guys and women who run the world right now.
That's true.
I got a girl. I thought
she doesn't know you're gay. You wave like this.
Yeah, that was a
That's
rough
gay.
wave.
Never even tried out another guy. Ever.
No, never.
Oh my God, no.
Not once.
Really? This fucking sweet ass. If I fucked you, that wouldn't make me gay. That's how much of a girl you are. And no offense, man. You're just sweet as can be.
What is it about me that
you fuck the shit out of your woman?
Yes, she can vouch. She can vouch.
We can't get her on the phone though.
No, we can never get her on the phone.
You fuck her like
somewhere far away.
She could come in and
she can come in.
We would love to have her on the show.
We would fuck the shit out of your girl.
Absolutely, every day, every night.
If you brought your girl in, we'd be very respectful. We got to get her on the show.
Her name is Jane Gum.
If you can sing, you're the American Idol winner right now.
You just got to get your singing lessons.
That's hilarious. You watch some gay porn all day just to see if you was gay?
Yeah.
Because you have questions about yourself a little bit?
Well, he doesn't understand why everyone's saying this.
You don't feel like you're a little effeminate? And this, believe me.
Absolutely, I'm effeminate. My mother raised me, like, primarily.
Oh.
So.
My mother raised me, and that's why I'm brutally trying to hang on to manhood. She beat me with pipes every day. And what did your mother do? Breastfeed you till you were 16?
No, she was just. I mean, I find a lot of my qualities are a lot like hers.
Oh yeah. So you have a lot in common with a girl.
I'm gonna fuck him later, man. It's simple.
Yeah,
if you want to call me gay, you can.
All right. Well, Lynn in Atlanta wants in on this. Lynn. Because that's a whole nother hour, this kid. We'll do an hour on him, but we got Laszlo standing by too. Lynn, what's up?
Laszlo. Hey, I wanted to holler at Patrice. I need him to come to my house and explain to my wife what he just explained on the radio. I can't even understand it. Let me tell you real quick, 17 years of marriage, faithful the whole time, okay? Move in across the street with a neighbor, had to nail it, ended up nailing it. My wife has been asking me why for a year. I couldn't explain it. But Patrice, you just put in words.
Well, that's why Patrice is writing the book that a lot of people are going to end up loving in the end.
He's amazing.
Hey, I got to just point out that there's breaking news. You know, you wonder if the media is in on this whole thing as far as distracting the populace from the real issues out there. In Atlanta, I think it was Atlanta.
Atlanta, yeah.
There's a zebra that's loose.
A zebra's loose
almost
in Atlanta.
On cue, like, well, what's up with this guy, like, crashing into the IRS building? Next thing you know, there's a zebra loose.
Look out, Martha.
To distract us.
There's a zebra loose in Atlanta. Oh, my God.
And it's running down the side of the highway right now. It's just kind of strange how those distractions pop up at the perfect opportunity.
Meanwhile, Can I just reiterate? A guy crashed his plane into the IRS.
Who cares about that? They got footage of a zebra.
Pissed off at the tax system in this country.
But when do you get to see a zebra running alongside the cars?
Well, as long as we get to hear DJ whatever on Channel 5 news, because that's news.
Yeah. It's just we all need a job.
You know, we
need a job, man.
We'd like to
support our family.
We would like to discuss the reasoning behind the man's anger at the IRS, but we got DJ whatever.
First of all, can I please defend you right now?
Yes.
His name is DJ Whatever.
And it's spelled
EVVA.
WHUTEVVA.
People,
DJ Whatever, motherfucker.
People would think you're just trying to pretend.
It's more news ahead.
It's DJ Whatever on Channel 5 right now.
He's really DJ
Which, by the
Whatever.
way, is...
What do you, what do you want to hear? Whatever.
Whatever.
What do you play tonight? Whatever.
Which is actually a pretty good DJ name.
DJ Whatever is actually
Whatever.
pretty good.
DJ Whatever is pretty good name.
Motherfucker.
All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to get Laszlo on the show next. Patrice, next weekend we'll be at Comics here in New York City.
And I am there Thursday. I fucked up.
You did fuck up.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Comics here in New York City.
27.
You get to see Patrice O'Neal. Stay there.
Thanks for calling the Opie and Anthony FU line. Here's the latest batch of FUs.
You have 5 new voice messages. First voice message.
Hey, this is Mike in Jersey. I want to send out a big fuck you to Patrice O'Neal. Patrice, I used your dating advice from my girlfriend. It's 2 in the morning and I'm alone. She got up and left. Fuck you.
Next message.
Yeah, this is a big fuck you to all the goddamn New Orleans Saints fans here in Houston, Texas. Now that your team has won the Super Bowl, why don't you take your lazy, welfare-getting, goddamn, no-working, crime spree-having motherfucking asses back to New Orleans? We're sick of you being here. Fuck you.
Next message.
I want to give a big fuck you to Ron Bennington. I took your advice. I quit my day job so I can listen to your show live. Now we're out in the street. Fuck you, Ron Bennington.
Next message.
Hey, I want to give a big fuck you to Sarah Palin. All of a sudden it hits a little too close to home and she's fucking offended by something. Shut the fuck up. What about South Park with Timmy? Timma!
Next message.
Hi, this fuck you is for all the nice truck drivers who decide to call in and give advice about living healthy and eating right. I switched to salads and fruits 3 days ago. This morning I happened to wake up, sit up in my bed, cough once, and proceeded to shit my bed. Fuck you, you healthy living pricks. I hope you all die from fucking rectal cancer.
End of new messages.
Call the Opie and Anthony FU line. 866-FU line 1. That's 866-FU line 1.
Thank you and goodbye.
And now, the Opie and Anthony Show on the virus, SiriusXM.
Another busy show, Patrice O'Neal, and now Laszlo. We are talking about gaming, man. I mean, Laszlo just handing out games. I blew my big opportunity with Laszlo.
Yeah,
Fuck.
you did.
I'm such a loser.
I'm happy you gave me this game too, man. Because I was
Patrice, Jesus Christ, I'm in the middle of fucking apologizing to Laszlo, and you jump in with your shit.
Alzheimer's is taking up too much time, nigga.
Alzheimer's. I actually said something that you had the Alzheimer's because you didn't even realize I talked.
Oh, okay, that's
I
a fair point.
Holy shit.
That's true. That's a fair point.
And I already said I'm really tired today. I'm having a bad show, and I apologize to everybody.
You don't have to apologize to me, sweetheart.
Laszlo wanted me to do a part in his game. I'll be honest. I thought, oh, here's Laszlo just being nice, and I got to yell and scream again for one of his fucking games. But he goes, no, it's actually a pretty good part. And we went back and forth, and then I blew my opportunity. I was ready to finally perform, and he's like, dude, I handed everything in weeks ago. What was I supposed to be a sheriff or something?
He was going to be a sheriff in Red Dead, but we locked it down.
Out?
April 27th.
I'm waiting for that.
And I said last week, I'm ready now, Laszlo.
Right.
I was like, ready?
Ready.
The fucking game went to press.
Oh, damn.
Exactly. Play Call of Suarez behind.
No, we don't speak of other Western games. There's only one.
Yeah, what's wrong with you? You're pissing everybody off now. What's wrong with you?
It's like during the middle of your plug for comics, we just start plugging some other comic.
Huh.
True that, but I was actually
like
saying fuck that because I'm waiting for their game.
Exactly.
So it's I have to wait is what I'm saying because for the
Yeah,
that's like us. That's like us all.
Have me mumbling, nigga. I play Carlos Suarez, but I'm waiting for this one.
But that's like us inviting the other big black dude that gets all the roles you should be getting in movies into our studio right now.
But see, the intentions of you doing that. If you did it, I wouldn't give a fuck. But if you did it with intentions,
which by the way, insults, which pisses me off. He's getting all the roles you should be getting.
Who's this?
I don't fucking know his goddamn
Some
name.
fat guy? He's probably a nice kid.
You know the
That's
guy.
all it takes.
I think he was in the office.
He's a nice kid. He goes in, he goes hi to people.
Well,
He doesn't go in and
but you should be getting all those
a boogie
roles.
with one nostril and holding the other one.
Who am I talking? Wasn't he in the office with you? And now he gets all those roles?
Yeah.
And I go, every time I see him, I'm like, that should be Patrice.
Oh my God.
I forgot his fucking name. He was in Zack and Miri Make a Porno.
Yeah. Shit. So
funny comic. He's a funny guy, too.
Craig Robinson.
And you know that we don't have him on the show because it bothers me?
Why?
Because I think you should be getting those roles.
He's a nice guy.
I know he's a nice guy, but he's doing...
It's not his fault.
But that's your gig. He's doing your gig.
Listen, Chris Rock told you why. He told you I should have the role as the father on the show, and then he told you why I don't.
Yeah.
It's even if I go
he said
in
it to your face,
with
too.
sort of not... If you're not going high and happy, I understand.
All right,
I do understand.
Let's not take up Laszlo's time. So what are we talking about today, Laszlo?
There's a lot of things going on there.
There really is.
I was looking at his sheet.
I'm dizzy with all this info.
Yeah, just
don't fucking quiz me after your appearance.
I haven't done the Technofile officially shut down in 2007, but I still pop by.
Why are you shutting it down? Why did you shut it down?
Because
too busy.
There's more money to be made in video games and radio these days, dude.
Yeah, I know.
That's for sure.
I got tired of getting thrown off of CBS stations for being good.
Join the club. Yeah, for being too good. You're performing too well. Please leave. You're out of here.
Unbelievable. Because it's a great show you used to do.
Yeah, it was good.
The Tech File was great.
Ran for 12 years.
It should still be going, Laszlo. What are you doing? Maybe you should do it for the fun of it.
Fun?
No?
Well, the thing of it is I do radio for video games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you do the radio shows on the video games.
Cartoons. Yeah. We're producing full-blown cartoons, and I don't know. I kind of I have to say, I dig doing radio occasionally. I was doing the Laszlo show here for a while, and got thrown off of that.
Yeah.
And, but.
Parrish thought you asked for a dime.
We really built up a nice block of weekend programming for the channel.
Patrice, Bill Burr.
And they just didn't feel like giving up any of their fucking dough because they want to pay one guy. And it's like, enough with paying one guy. We gave you a block of programming that was working, that you could maybe spread out to other places on this platform. And they instead decide not to pay anyone, so now we're back to just doing reruns for the most part.
I like
we had a nice
variety.
fucking block.
Yeah. Now it's Infinity Satellite Radio.
I don't understand that, man. Fuck, enough with paying one guy. There's a lot of good shit going on, but you got to pay these guys a little bit. Patrice would be amazing on satellite radio on a regular basis.
Patrice had a good show.
Yep. Yeah, he had a good fucking show.
Talk about had a good show. It's great. Yeah.
Laszlo had a good show. Patrice had a good show. We even got Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith's podcast were on our fucking channel, and he wanted just a little dough.
Burr and DeRosa?
Yeah. Burr and DeRosa wanted just
Bobby and Colin?
Just a little dough.
Really fun.
Not a lot of dough, a little dough. Just to say, hey, thank you.
Sometimes Ant will come in. We had a great moment on Laszlo's show when Ant revealed something.
Right, exactly.
We got a good moment. It was a great radio moment.
Did I hear this?
That was the big
reveal that you were single.
The big reveal.
Oh,
and let's be honest, you stay single for about it. I've never seen somebody so insecure. You cannot stay single.
He's staying single for now, unless there's something I don't know.
No,
it's going to be the longest he's gone being a single guy.
It's like Weekend, right. And I'm alone most of the time.
Serial monogamous.
I am alone most of the time now. I really am.
Is it sad?
Very alone. very alone.
Are you close to getting a bunch of dogs?
No, never. They ruined my furniture. Fuck that.
Does it feel good to be alone finally, though?
Sometimes.
Or are you itching? Are you itching?
Sometimes
Are you itching?
No, sometimes it's nice. Sometimes I'm just sitting watching TV going like,
Hey, think about man's best friend just swimming in your pool, happy to be there, wagging their tail when you see him.
I'm not a dog person. They just chew your shit up. Well, yeah. Oh, we had an accident on my fucking nice rug.
You can name him something fucking Italian-y.
Yeah, Italian-y.
Hey, come here, Goomba.
Hey, Goomba. Hey.
Johnny.
Hey, Spumoni. My dog Spumoni.
This is my dog Teflon.
Cannoli.
Hey.
No, I'm just like,
By the way, special delivery with Sam and Dave, of course. They do a good job, but they decided they don't need money. If you decide you don't need money, then there's programming for you on 202 and 197. I say we bring back fucking Laszlo's show, Patrice's show, and we pay some of these fucking guys. It's time to
do it. I would do it for I'll tell you right now, I'd do it for non-aggressive 4 figures.
Non-aggressive 4 figures.
Non-aggressive 5, aggressive 4.
I like how it's
4 figures?
I've never heard it put that way.
Aggressive 5 figures. Non-aggressive 5 figures.
Right.
Aggressive 4.
Aggressive 4. All right.
Aggressive 4. I do it for aggressive 4.
That's 8 or 9.
Once a fucking every Saturday.
That's 8 or 9. You're saying 8 or 9.
That's fucking a
That should be
bargain.
doable.
It's not. Trust me.
Yeah, Laszlo's like, no. He's been through it.
They got to figure
Trust me. They walk through the door and cut pay by 75%.
I had some great conversations over a couple of Guinness with Laszlo, and wow, was I just fucking floored.
They got to figure out this shit behind the scenes. They really do.
We had a little agreement.
Did you really?
We did it for free
this
for a long
cocksucker looked
time.
me up and down like when I asked him, was you getting paid a little bit?
They told me you were getting paid, motherfucker.
Non-aggressive 4.
You had non-aggressive 4?
Aggressive 3.
Aggressive 3 sucks.
Non-aggressive 1. It was, it was, hey, man, when you
I made more money in Market 182 when I was in Columbia, Missouri.
Aggressive 2.
Can I summarize? I got to summarize. We have our own channel here, and we're sort of happy with how the channel's doing, but we really do want to be doing more for SiriusXM, and we have the people that could do it, but for some reason they don't want to pay anybody. They want to pay one fucking guy. We know the guy I'm talking about, and they got to change how they look at things, because there's a lot of talented people that are willing to do some serious radio for this company, SiriusXM.
Do you think the fact that you have access to so many, because I think this show, dude, has access to a lot of really
I have no
good
doubt
comics.
I have no doubt we can fill up another channel with some solid programming.
But you think
that
they
would
look
do
at
really
the fact that a lot of good guys come in just to hang, so it's like, why pay guys who will hang on your show to do their own show?
Maybe that's it.
I don't know what their logic is, to be honest. I don't know how these people think. I know there's enough people associated with this show that we could fill up another channel and it would do way better than a lot of the channels they currently have. But they don't want to pay.
No pay.
Yeah.
No show.
I told you.
It's very obvious. So now,
easy.
So now you get more
aggressive 4, baby. We be talking.
I don't think it's really healthy to have just our show on over and over again. You give it a little rest. You give these guys some time.
Overexposure.
I think so at times, and I think in the end it helps everybody. You don't want to thin us out too much by hearing our voices over and over again. When you could put a Patrice show on or a Laszlo show.
But are
on.
they paying the guys that affiliate with 101?
I don't know how they. Who knows?
It's a whole nother entity.
Yeah, that's like.
I have no idea.
That's fucking Russia over there. I don't know how that works. Do you know how Russia works?
Fucks no.
All right,
fair enough.
I know how I know how we work, and I know we want to share a little bit here.
I bet you get a lot of motherfuckers for an aggressive 4. I know the market. What's going on? There's a lot of motherfuckers who do it for aggressive 4.
So non-aggressive,
especially
aggressive 3.
since they live in New York.
I don't want to play your cards, obviously, but there are guys that just want to feel appreciated.
Little appreciation wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
I know. It's basically saying what you just said, but you know what I'm trying to say? Because in the end, you guys want to try to make as much as you can. But the fact is...
Not really.
No.
But a lot of these guys just want to...
loyalty, but also... Look, money would be nice with some loyalty. Loyalty will get you a discount.
Loyalty means shit in this day and age.
But I'm saying non-loyalty,
actually,
I want mid-aggressive 5.
Right. Loyalty means shit in this day and age, but we still have that loyalty thing among us.
Right.
I understand what you do for our show, and I would love to, return the favor.
also
But
gives
for
you
some
the
reason, they don't want to
opportunity
listen down the fucking hall.
To do a good job, and then maybe, something comes out of that.
Right.
So you kind of go in at a discount.
But radio still pays in fame. They still always pull that stuff of like, you'll be heard by a lot of people. It's like, that'll pay my bills, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Fame don't pay the bills.
Not only, but like the agreement we had with a lot of our comedian friends is like, we understand Patrice is here for free today. I think most people know that by now. But what Patrice used to get out of this was a lot of plugs. And they even cut down on the plugs these guys are allowed to have on our channel, which is insane to me.
Really?
Oh, my God, yeah.
I didn't even know they said stop.
You used to
plugging
hear
them.
all the comic promos, even when you weren't here.
Remember that? Yeah, we
you
did.
only get promos when you're in studio for the most part now. Like, I have to make sure that everyone knows Patrice is playing comics next weekend. Because when you leave here,
that's it.
That's it. But it used to be where, you would go into Derek's studio.
Right.
And cut a promo.
That's cut.
And that was
gone.
part of our
Those
deal
pants are
we kind of
warm.
made with you guys. Like, look, you're giving us such great radio. The least we could do is still plug your gigs when you're not here.
And
but
they say no.
oh, that's gone,
Oh,
man.
shit.
They
You don't think
took
it could
that
have been
shit away.
that shitty 80s music they always put behind every one of those fucking things?
Yeah, it was great.
We thought that was
Loved it.
great. They didn't like the 80s
didn't
music
like
thing.
I kind of found it funny.
It was one of those things we
Exactly.
did that was kind of funny, and people got it, and they didn't get it, and they got rid of that too. So, whatever.
Well,
I know the channel and another channel could do very well, but at this point, who am I? I'm nobody. We used to be somebodies.
who's the
They
guys that are
used to
still
listen
on?
to us.
Who's the guys that are still alive?
What are you talking about?
You said Sam and somebody?
No, Sam and Dave.
Sam and Dave.
It's this Sam.
And David from the Ron and Fez show.
Salmon kicked the end of the curb.
The East Side. So East Side and Sam?
East Side and Sam.
Man, I know it used to be Sam and Tham.
Oh, boy, he kicked him to the curb. That little fro motherfucker kicked that dude to the curb faster than shit.
No loyalty.
Fan made a
Back to the
dignity
show.
move that just didn't work out. Man, that's the scary thing. You try to make your dignity moves and just fuck.
Oh, yeah.
You got to make sure your dignity move pays off.
Yeah.
If you're going to make a dignity move, it better pay off.
I have integrity. Really? Well.
All right, listen, we're babbling now, probably losing our audience, but I mean, I guess some of that stuff had to be said because it's been going on for a while. According to E-Rock, shows on 101 get $400 per show and one show a week. I had a big fight with Cross about those 80s beds.
Did you?
Oh, I wasn't supposed to read that part? Why do you have it up on the screen, motherfucker?
Opie's reading it like it's a teleprompter. Like, no, that was inside information.
Well, you gotta have some kind of fucking don't read this part.
I'll draw a line next time.
Don't read this.
There was a big fight. We thought the 80s thing was just kind of hokey and silly, and then it kind of worked.
Well, you know why? It became like
I thought it worked.
It became the running gag. So like every time there was a new comic promo, you got excited to see like what
80s song that you haven't heard in a long time is playing in the background.
Because Derek would go really deep. Like he would pull shit out of his ass.
Kaja Gugu.
Whatever. What are we gonna do? We do what we can. So, what are we talking about today, Laszlo?
Oh, I was, Ant and I talk about this a lot of the iPhone and various, access to movies and so forth. And I don't know if you guys have seen, but Warner Brothers is in this battle with Netflix and Redbox. You know, Redbox has got those kiosks where you can rent movies for a buck.
Oh, that weird thing, right? It's supermarkets.
They're battling them to not, when a movie comes out, to not make it available for 28 days.
Why is that?
Under the assumption that people will be frustrated and then just go out and spend $20 for the DVD.
Oh.
But these are the same people that won't do what makes sense and have simultaneous release on DVD. Because I will not set foot in a movie theater, but I would walk up to that ticket window and buy it on DVD the day it comes out.
Exactly. Why can't they do that? It's making, you're spending more money on the DVD than the movie theater.
Yeah, now,
I think.
Shutter Island comes out today. It's getting okay reviews. Wouldn't you just buy the DVD today for a good fee, too? Wouldn't you pay $25 for the DVD today to see it at home? And what is the average person paying for a movie?
And if they, exactly, like $20. And if they only made it available at the movie theaters, then the movie theaters are making money because they're the big people that are fighting simultaneous release on DVD.
Right. And the problem the movie industry has, and we bring it up a lot, and now that Laszlo's here, we could talk about it a little bit. When you go to a movie theater and see a movie, it's starting to look very old and outdated. It really is. Most people, and you don't need to have a lot of money where you have a better system than fucking walking into these theaters and hearing the crackling of the film and all that shit.
Dirty floors.
All that crap.
My poultry system is much better than the movie theater.
I'm trying to talk about the average Joe.
I am the average Joe.
You're somebody who can afford the 3-2-1 bowl system.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You got a cotton candy machine.
And system is better than IMAX. So I think you're out of this conversation. I'm talking about the regular guys out there putting a little home theater system together. Most of them are better than what you're getting in the movie theater.
That's a good point. I never thought about how much I just don't go to the movies.
As soon as I sit down, I'm like, why am I here? It used to be because you couldn't get that at home. Now you're getting that at home.
I hate people. I can't be around.
Thank you.
I can't fucking be around people.
That's what it is.
But
that's why I hate going to the movies.
But all people say they hate people.
Yeah, but we know the real ones to hate.
Right. It's a young person's world. When you get older, you disappear. I love my house. I love locking myself in.
Patrice, I could not agree with you more. I go home, you know what my big thing to do is when I go home is to tend to my to cry of loneliness. To tend to my fire in the fireplace.
Nice.
Oh, I have to get it lit. And then I'm constantly watching TV, and I'm always looking to my right going, I need to poke that fire a little. And then I get the poker out, and I poke it. It's like, time for another log. Throw another log on, go out back, grab a whole nother bundle, and all night long, my attention is on the fire in the fireplace and the wine in my glass.
Something very primal.
Give a shit about what's going on outside my door.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, could I give a shit? And I know anyway because I got cameras. But I swear I could give a shit.
Hey,
I don't want to go to the movies.
I apologize, but I got to go backwards. I don't understand people that don't really listen to the show and then write something like this. Jim D in Chicago. Lots of people have crappy jobs, Opie. Stop whining about one that most people would be overjoyed to have. Nobody cares about the suits. Deal with it and just do the show, which you do so well. I wasn't bitching.
Opie just wants to say, thank you for your advice.
I wasn't bitching about my job. I'm bitching about how the channel's being run and how these guys really deserve to, A, have a show on our channel, and B, get paid a little bit of money.
And let me be honest.
That was the whole point this time around. Yeah, have I bitched a lot in the past? Of course, and I'll continue to bitch, yes. But that's not what I was getting at.
And let me add something.
I'm happy with my position at SiriusXM right now.
I want to add something to that guy's comment.
Yeah.
When you have a shitty job, which I had, believe me, I had my share of very, very shitty jobs. I mean, shitty fucking jobs.
Yours shittier than mine?
Yes. Yeah. I have had much shittier jobs.
Did you fucking wash dishes at a mall restaurant?
I washed dishes
and
at
a retard
Chicago
was in charge and you had to listen to the retard?
Yes, pretty much.
That happened to me.
Chicago Pizza Pub.
A legitimate waterhead was in charge and my supervisor.
Yeah. A real retard. That's a pretty bad job.
Full blown.
But when you have a shitty job
and shit on the dishes, and he's telling me how I'm supposed to do them,
you step up to a better job, and then a better job, and a better job, and then you get to the point where you're talking about us like we have these great jobs. You'll realize something when that happens to you. After you're done, whatever you're doing, flipping the burger, I'll do the hack line, whatever you're doing.
I'm not even going to beat the guy up. I just want him to listen to what we're saying.
I'm going to beat him up.
All right, you beat him.
Whatever the fuck you're doing, you're fucking squeegeeing down windows at fucking jerk joints. Whatever shit job you have, that this is such a great, better job. And we do appreciate it. I know it is. Mm-hmm. You will realize one thing if you ever do motivate yourself and move forward, that no matter how good your job is, shit doesn't change.
It's relative.
There are still fucking assholes that run things. There are assholes you have to work with, around. There are fucking incompetence. There's fucking bullshit. It doesn't go away. When you watch TV and you watch like fucking Seinfeld, do you think every day was just the best day to go to work for all them motherfuckers? Right. They had days where they were yelling, going, this sucks. Fuck this asshole. Yeah. Fucking Kramer's yelling at the blacks again.
Can you tag
something?
Tag me. I want in on this.
Tag.
I want to be in the ring now. And I think the reason why we talk about all this stuff that goes on behind the scenes is because you, listening to us right now, can relate.
Yeah.
In your life.
It doesn't change.
Where you go, holy shit, yeah, my boss is a motherfucking asshole, and I think I know way more than he does as well.
You want a prime example? Listen to Christian Bale on that rant.
I didn't tag you. Oh, Ted. All right, you're back in.
Listen to Christian Bale on that rant about you motherfucking incompetent motherfucking amateur. That is a guy who is making movies, millions of dollars, fucking Batman, and he's pissed at work. Because someone is being an incompetent asshole. And people are going to go, oh, you got the best job ever. Yeah, and you know what? Even in the best job ever, there's some asshole that pissed him the fuck off.
And one more thing.
Please?
Yes, Patrice.
I must say,
yes.
It's all based on selfishness. Because what it's based on is not that he's going, hey, he's going, shut up.
Oh wait, I didn't tag Coco Beware. Hold on.
Shut up, and just make me happy.
All right, listen.
That's what it is. Shut up and do your fucking radio dance I can get through my shitty job.
All right, but listen, we're gonna end this with Jim D from Chicago, who has now written back on instant feedback. Holy shit, this will end the discussion. Hey guys, I was in radio. It chewed me up and spit me out. I work in insurance now. I have no hair left. I love you guys. Listening makes me get through the first part of the day.
Oh.
Thanks for commenting. So
I'm sorry that maybe we got off on the wrong foot.
I do.
Wow. Okay, I feel bad.
I guess maybe we don't say this enough. I absolutely still love what I do. I just get very frustrated because I just know.
I do too. At 10:30, I adore it.
I just know it could be way better. Yeah. I know our show could be way better if things were done differently. I know we could run this channel better. I know we could run another complete channel. I know we could run another channel and it would do well. Then I don't know. Dozens of the channels they currently have on SiriusXM.
I think.
No doubt in my mind. But they have to open up their wallets down the hall and stop paying one fucking guy and pay some other people, and we could get this done.
Yeah.
And like Patrice said, he doesn't even need a big fucking 7-figure salary. He's looking for, what was it again, an aggressive 4?
A show.
Per show?
Yeah.
No, come on. You're not getting $8,000 a show.
An aggressive, now you're high.
I thought you were talking a year.
Yeah.
A year? How much were you getting paid before? I got fucked. How much were you getting paid?
I'm sorry.
Show.
An aggressive 4 figures for a show?
That's what you want?
Too much?
Let's say.
Wait, how long is your show?
How many is
4
he
hours.
doing?
It was
one show?
Well, I think Patrice is talking about a show budget, not just his personal take home. Right? Is that what we're talking about?
The whole show, yeah.
Oh yeah, for what?
Wait.
Was he buying donuts?
Coffee?
So I can pay.
I'm assuming that Patrice means that
So
he's
I
going
can pay.
Hold on.
So I can pay him. So I can pay Travis. And so I can pay my boy.
You just lost everybody. We thought for a year. We're like, that's very nice of Patrice.
A year?
For an aggressive 4 for the year? You knew. This is.
No, he didn't know.
He thought I meant 4 for the year?
Well, Laszlo, help me out.
Yeah.
4. All right.
That's why I said an aggressive 2. Or an aggressive 2, a non-aggressive 3.
Wait. Look at Patrice's face. I don't disagree with you, Patrice. Patrice, listen to me.
Okay.
I don't disagree with you. But I've been brainwashed enough by these fucking idiots that we would.
Oh, that was preposterous.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was going low. Like,
do I agree with you? Yes, but it's crazy talk. They'll not even fucking sit down with you with that attitude.
Oh, with an aggressive 4?
Yes, I'm hoping just to get you a little something. They would laugh at you.
I think
unfortunately, are you worth it? Yes, but they would laugh at you, and that's the problem that we're.
Have you ever done any financial negotiations with the new regime?
With this place?
Yeah.
Not at all, no.
At XM, there was no contract. You walked in, they just gave you money. They just do whatever you want to do. It was a party.
Really?
Over here, they're like, there's paperwork.
Yeah, there's a lot of
royalties.
Well, I got to sign some ridiculous thing every time I walk in here for free.
Yeah, I know. It's just.
I've got to the point where I put an X on that motherfucker.
That's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to get you a little something. They would go, you want an aggressive 4 for a 1 day a week show? They wouldn't even listen to you.
Oh, okay. Well, good. I'm glad to hear that.
They'd be like, for what?
I'm glad to hear that because
But I don't want to confuse people. You absolutely deserve that, but they're not going to listen.
And then again, people might be listening, going, "What the fuck's wrong with him?" But they're not going to listen to that. That money is low.
And that's to spread out among your people because you take care of your people.
Yes, but but I could ask for that for me. Like for a show, for a radio show?
Yeah.
To entertain fucking people?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you knew. Well, hey, fuck it. Hey, I'm not mad. I like coming here for free.
I don't want to get too
I'd rather take none than less. You know what I'm saying?
Into specifics of other people's contract negotiations with management. I'm just saying, I'm throwing that out there. I feel a bit uncomfortable getting into specifics of contract negotiations with other people and the brass here. Just bringing it up.
Wait, what happened?
He just threw me under the bus.
Are you throwing these guys under the bus?
No, I just
did he throw me under the bus?
I think we've hit the point where if we get into any more detail, there's going to be trouble.
With who?
With management.
Oh, fuck.
Because you're really, not really supposed to discuss that kind of stuff.
What part was bad?
That's what I know.
Well, we're trying to negotiate a deal for Patrice.
Could you write down the part that was bad, Ant? Ixnay on the Russian guy?
No.
Talking about Russia was all right?
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. No, I just think any specific dollar amounts, negotiating.
I don't think we said.
Okay, well, that's why I said it beforehand.
And here's the thing.
You know,
I wouldn't want to get you guys in trouble. I can't get in trouble.
That's what I mean. I don't give a shit about you.
Okay,
I'm talking about me.
Right, fair enough.
I'm talking about me.
You get fucked.
Well, because now you got me paranoid.
No, I think we're fine
Hold on.
now.
So the issue's not confused. All I'm saying is this, that we have a lot of talented people around us that I think would do well for the company. Fuck doing well for our channel.
Yep.
And Patrice is on the short list. Laszlo's on the short list.
Yep.
Who else? There's a few people. Bill Burr, certainly.
We got more people on our shit list than short list.
Right.
Is,
so all I'm saying, because I don't want it to be confused, is not only would it be good for us personally, because we can make this channel stronger. I think it would be good for the company.
Yes, it would.
But for some reason, they're in a place where they're not willing to do the right thing. To do the right thing. That's all I'm trying to say in the end.
I wish I knew what was going on.
Because
I'm lost. I'm looking at him trying to figure it out. So I can pick it up, but
it's
I'm going.
Nothing that deep. That's why.
What would be a problem?
So the smoke monster just came in this room. I'm confused as fuck.
No, I understand what Ant's saying, but I mean,
it's really nothing that deep. I'm just making sure we don't go down another road.
I gotcha.
Where you start talking about things that are written in people's deals that say you can't talk about certain things.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
We're not looking for favors here. I think a Patrice O'Neal, a Bill Burr, a Laszlo, a few others would just be good for the company.
Yeah,
but that's
absolutely.
I'm not in that position. They don't really think that right now for whatever reason. And I'm just sticking up for my guys, and I think that's okay.
But is radio in general? No one gives a shit about it no more.
Yeah. No, that's pretty much it. Regular radio.
So how do people get their thing that radio was before?
Regular radio's fucked. I think satellite radio still has a bright future, and the stock's up. Everything seems to be going in the right direction. So
regular radio.
I'm holding out hope that this is the new thing.
Regular radio.
We're not looked at as the new thing still. They laugh at satellite radio shows still, unfortunately. But hopefully that'll change in another year.
Regular radio is fucked unless you're poor.
Yeah.
If you look, I just looked at the ratings for the top 10 markets and what formats were in the top 10 markets that were doing really well.
It's bullshit.
And it is religious crazy people, Spanish people, and some of Patrice's people. And
fat people, smart people, niggers.
Oh God, damn!
Which people?
Oh God, is this multiple choice? Where's my
all the above?
Where's my number 2 pencil?
All of the above, motherfucker.
But if you look at some markets, Spanish radio is the number 2 or number 3 station.
Yep. And not even, in L.A. and stuff, they're number 1. Even in the suburbs, though, you're getting to the points where, Spanish stations, like you said, number 3.
I just went back to Oklahoma, and there's Spanish radio stations up and down the dial, and there's areas that people are scared to go to because they say that there's Mexican gangs running parts of Oklahoma City.
You ever watch that show, Gangland? It's on A&E and shit like that, or one of those things. It's fantastic, but sometimes I'm like,
There's gangs in Nebraska?
The Wisconsin Wooga Wuggers.
Exactly.
They horrify all the cheese factories. You can't make cheese unless you give me money, motherfucker.
They ran the cheese cartel out of Wisconsin. Yes.
The Wisconsin cheeseheads. And they ain't bullshitting. They all got cheese tattooed on their necks, motherfucker. With a rat and a gun, nigga. Up in Wisconsin, up in this bitch.
And they're running the cheese contingency in prison.
Gangland is hilarious.
Gangland is great.
Oh my God, in Rhode Island?
Rhode Island's got a biker gang that's fucking selling meth and racking head with fucking tire irons. You're like, fucking Rhode Island? Oh, really?
Right. Shaking down bed and breakfast.
I love Gangland. Fucking Gangland's great. And they always got the retired guy.
I had to get out the game. I got out the game, but, you know, I still consider myself a oogly boogly.
Oogly boogly forever, baby. But I just...
Oogly boogly forever. Throws up his oogly boogly.
It ain't worth it, man. It just ain't worth it. Doing 20 years for the oogly booglies and they ain't got my back.
I lost a lot of brothers to the oogly booglies.
Man, motherfucking in the Cheesley Weasleys.
They was up on 58th Street was our term. And then the Cheesley Weasleys.
Cheesley Weasley.
We used to fight the Kurds, them motherfuckers.
Cheesley Weasleys never got along with
the Cheesley Weasleys are so powerful they run the streets from inside the prisons.
Outnumbered 10-1, though, the oogly booglies were still able to hold control.
And they all answer to Edward James Olmos somehow. Fucking Gangland is hilarious.
It is fucking hysterical.
I gotta watch my back in Minnesota.
Yeah, like where am I safe from gangs? I'm in fucking Iowa. What the fuck?
I met this guy in Missouri, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm a Crip." I'm like, "Do you realize where you are?
You're in Missouri.
You're in Missouri.
Stop it. Not a Crip.
Get to the fucking coast where you belong."
Yeah, one coast or another. Pick it and fucking then call yourself.
What kind of gang member says, "You know where I'm gonna settle down where it's real hard"? Kansas, nigga.
The Beasleys that tried to move in, but were shut down quickly by the Oogly Booglies.
And the Nebraska Corny McCorneys. The Corny McCorneys versus the Cheesley Weasleys. And everyone's scared of the Oogly Booglies. As they run up and down the East Coast. What? The Oogly Booglies run the East Coast?
I never knew. I watched Gangland.
We have umbrellas tattooed on our cheeks. Fuck, teardrop faggot.
Umbrella.
Got an ear of corn tattooed on the
We got a whole blizzard.
Ear of corn. Yeah, that means we took care of business.
That's right.
Yeah. I hustled a few corn cobs in my day.
And what's the season, nigga? What's the Cheesley Weasels motto? Nigga, we get better with age, motherfucker. The Cheesley Weasleys.
Running motherfuckers down the combine.
Yeah, I'm drive-by in a combine. fucking wheat and chaff are going in two different directions. Little lead out in the front.
Oh, shit.
Fucking Cheesley Weasley.
And the Oogly Booglies. Don't fuck around.
On Gangland.
Do not fucking... Gangland's hilarious. This month, Oogly Booglies on Gangland.
God damn.
Dude, you ever watch Gangland?
A little bit.
Oh, my God. Damn it, man.
It is so fucking good.
Really? For real?
I'm more worried if I went
Oregon?
too far with the management talk, because Anthony motherfuckers.
No, don't worry about it. I didn't want to
weekend
throw
now.
a fucking...
God
I think
damn.
You was just I think you was just precautionary, right?
It was a total precaution.
You was nervous to where it was going to possibly go.
Anthony makes a lot of sense.
That was diplomacy before the gunfire started.
But I think they get confused. We're just trying to make ourselves and the fucking channel and the company better. That's all. Man.
Just trying to be team players.
Right. And
believe it or not, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to be clear,
the message gets confused sometimes.
I will do a show for 25% of what he is asking for.
He's
Patrice, that was a bit high. God bless you, but that was a bit high.
Which is still non-aggressive form.
Exactly.
Still non-aggressive form.
Right. Laszlo came in. He typed up a whole text sheet for us. We better talk about some of this stuff.
I love this stuff, man. It's like
Laszlo, did we finish the movie thing with Warner Brothers and Netflix and Redbox? Kind of, right?
Yeah, I think they should release movies sooner than they do, to tell you the truth.
I brought Patrice's magazine, the National Geographic. I picked it up because it's Black History Month. But this issue they've
Are they still putting in the good stuff?
No, this whole issue is about the polygamists.
Oh, really?
Dude, it is some people with 12 homely white bitches in their house.
Yeah, all crossbred and fucking.
And what is it about? They all wear prairie dresses. Some of the unsexiest.
Laura Ingalls wear.
They all look fucking horrendous. Not a hot one.
Because they're all mental patients. If they want to fucking be in a family where there's one husband and 12 other wives that they're walking around and. What does he just pick one out and sleep with it? And
there's one
kids galore.
More than it.
I don't even consider them women.
Nothing wrong with a frumpy bitch every once in a while, but if you got a household filled with them, what is that doing for
That's
you?
what my show's about.
What's that doing for you?
What's the name of his fucking show?
What the fuck we gonna do now, man?
Now I got 3
They're all on
wives.
their period.
Is this one guy's wives?
You have to explain that reference. Nobody knows. You cross-beg Big Love with aliens. Big Love. That's just hilarious.
That's it, Big Love.
What we gonna do now, man? Well, why don't you let her be in charge?
Why don't you put all of her in charge?
Who's gonna sew the prairie dresses?
Oh, this is fucking great.
It's fucking great.
What are we supposed to do now?
Oh, god damn.
We got someone very mad at the Oogly Boogie. Richard in Columbia. Richard.
What happened?
Yes, I am a member of the Ugly.
Oh, shit. I knew we fucked with the wrong gang, Patrice.
I'm very damn offended. I have family Oogly Booglies, and they have bad Oogly Boogly drive-bys. I need an apology.
Radio personality Anthony Cumia and comedian Patrice O'Neal once stepped over the line of the Oogly Booglies. They paid dearly.
As you're dead with just a block of cheese on your head. As a fucking warning to the other motherfuckers, don't tease the cheesy Weasleys.
Their calling card is a slice of Swiss with your eye looking through one of the holes. Cheesy Weasleys.
Fuck you, eh? All right, Laszlo. I'm trying, Laszlo. I'm trying for you. The Technophile. Come on.
Oh,
He's got some good shit
The
here.
Ugly Booglies are a bit better than the
God
Technophile.
damn, love it. What else you got here on the sheet there, Laszlo?
Well, HBO has launched a new streaming service. If you have Verizon Fios, do you have that, Anthony?
No, I don't. I'm a split household.
Really? Blacks on one side? And
Yes, exactly. I'm very... No, I have Cablevision for my television, yet I have Verizon...
Fios?
For my... Yes, Fios for my internet.
How is that good, Fios?
You know what? Because of the Live from the Compound thing, I have so many phone lines coming in and the bandwidth from just putting out so much video. When I was on Optimum Online, it sucked ass. And then I went to Verizon and perfect. So, it was demonstrated to me in my house. It works better.
That's one of the things that's frustrating about cable internet access is you're basically sharing the resource with all your neighbors.
Yeah.
So whenever it's dragging, it's because the kid next door is, downloading fucking Pirates of the Caribbean.
His fucking parents are gone, and it's Porn Fest fucking 2010. Downloading movies, everything else.
I think this Fios thing is not going the way it's supposed to. The infrastructure is really... Like, you gotta pay, they gotta pay, like, it has to be neighborhoods that, have to vote and allow it to be in there. You have to dig up the holes in the street.
Fiber is difficult and expensive to lay.
I had the fiber in my neighborhood already. So I had the fiber optics in my neighborhood for Fios, but, I stuck with Cablevision because...
Is there a big difference between the speed of Fios and... cable, like you can see?
Huge fucking difference.
You click something. It seems like when I click,
bam,
I got cable.
Bam,
it seems when I click cable, it just goes. It does go. It doesn't seem like it could go faster. But Fios goes faster?
Fios, as far as my internet goes, is ridiculous. It's so fast. But click, boom, page is up. Click, boom, video.
Not
click,
even
boom.
a loading thing.
It's so fast. And then the TV, Cablevision, here's what I get to watch on a daily basis. So, that
pixelated shit, man.
Fucking pixelating and the sound skipping.
It's still mosaicing? You got shit
it's all the time.
I don't have it that much.
Constantly.
You got too much shit going on in your house.
Probably that's what it is, Anthony.
You got too much stuff going on.
It's the government saying we investigating. They're investigating.
Shut him down. He's watching too many forensic files.
I have Time Warner, and that shit happens all the time.
Really? I don't get it much.
It doesn't even matter what channel I'm watching.
Not like Anson.
They're shoving too much through the same pipe.
That's what it is.
So Fios is doing this thing now with HBO, where if you're a Fios customer, you can access HBO content online now, like 600 different shows on demand.
Strong.
So now I could go from my computer right into my television and watch it on TV. So I could just go through my
But
HDMI?
only Fios people though. Only
yes,
Fios.
right now it's only Fios.
Oh yeah, get this. They had a what the fuck was Cablevision doing? Oh, where you can program your DVR from your computer on Cablevision. So I'm like, ooh, that's handy. Let me try. Because I have Cablevision, but because I have Verizon, Fios, they won't allow me to do it because I don't have both of their internet services.
Ooh.
I don't have internet and TV. I have Cablevision, so I should be able to use their fucking internet and set my DVR if I'm away. Cocksuckers, though, want you to, have everything under them. And the phone, how many calls I had to get to have their fucking phone system, too? Cablevision fucking...
How come you don't have the
Fios
for the TVs?
I don't know. I'm really thinking about it, and you hear from everyone, that's great, it's the best thing ever. That sucks. So you don't know. And then to lose News 12 Long Island.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. I love how that's a selling point. Where they actually run commercials where it's like, well, they're losing News 12. Oh, so I can watch 12-hour-old news about fucking Hempstead? Shut up.
That's so fucking
I don't
local.
need News 12.
You went local today, my brother.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, what else there, Laz?
There was that school in Pennsylvania where they were handing laptops out to high schools.
There's a story in the paper today.
Yeah, they're handing out laptops to high school kids, and I guess the principal brought a kid in and suspended him. They were accessing the webcams on the on the laptops and said that they caught the kid doing something, engaging in improper behavior in his home.
But here's the deal. They're handing out the fucking computers and being able to remotely access the camera on the computer without the knowledge of the person that is using the computer. So the school gives you a laptop, you take it home, and there's somebody going and looking at your fucking house, the inside of your house without your knowledge. That's fucked up right there. I think the school could be... I think the school's in more trouble than the kid is for jacking off in front of his fucking laptop. Who hasn't done that?
So, right?
Jesus Christ. Please.
And that's what kids are going to do with it, is they're going to be jerking.
What are you going to do? Go home? Yeah, I got to go. This really helps me with my math homework.
Wikipedia.
I love this. Yes, let me check. I always wanted to see some of the famous quotes of the 20th century. And 2 clicks away, and you're fucking, oh, yeah. Fucking get me some kind of lube.
And I love how these schools think that if they get Wi-Fi access throughout the school grounds, that it's going to enhance learning somehow. Oh, no. They've got some schools are putting Wi-Fi on buses, on the school buses.
Oh, really?
So that the kids with the laptops can, they say, oh, the kids are much better behaved.
So we get real-time beatings of little white kids on the buses?
Oh, shit.
Hey, people. Look, it's happening as we speak.
Oh, shit. The beatings of white kids.
The little white kids getting beat up on the buses is really, and the bus driver just...
Right.
We couldn't even fucking stick our hands out the windows when I was a kid. They'd look at that giant mirror up there. Now they got closed-circuit cameras and fucking TVs up by the bus, the driver and shit. All he had was that wrinkly mirror that he'd look up and go, get your hands in the window. And now they got...
cameras all over the place.
Micro cams of people just getting their heads fucking pummeled in for their lunch money.
Anthony, Sean Kelly, this is
hey, Sean Kelly!
From Massapequa Park. Breaking news. News 12 just announced that JFK has been assassinated. So,
holy shit. Wow,
so
my
they're getting close
to Jackie.
They're getting close to being current. Laszlo?
There was a cop in
you idiot.
Virginia who's in trouble. He pulled this guy over for drunk driving, and for some reason took the guy's mobile phone and found a bunch of pictures of him banging his girlfriend on the phone, which I don't know how that's part of the traffic stop.
If you're Dewey, why would they then look
Maybe
into
the guy was
his phone?
texting or something while he was driving?
No,
so the cop says, give me that fucking phone.
I don't think they have a right to look into your fucking phone.
Obviously they don't, but how did it get to a point, like Laszlo's saying, how did it get to the point where the cop is going through your phone now?
The law is actually now saying that your phone is just like your wallet. So just
Holy shit!
No.
Yep.
So when they go through your wallet for like ID and stuff like that after they arrest you?
That they have the right. So this there was this guy, Sergeant Matt Borders, he pulled this guy over, found a bunch of pictures this guy had taken of himself banging his chick, and he announces on the radio that private pictures were available for other police officers' viewing and enjoyment.
Oh shit!
Hey, the picture must have been good.
So the guy sued, and a federal judge said the police couldn't be held responsible, and they didn't violate the guy's constitutional rights.
Wow.
Yeah.
How?
Because it's over, nigga.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
It's exactly what we were talking about earlier.
It's a wrap.
It's over.
The Supreme Court over the last 10 years has really weakened a lot of the supposed rights that you had.
Electronic medium is a weird fucking thing. That's the only thing I'll give them. Is like, it's a weird area where because it doesn't really exist. These are magnetic impulses, electronic impulses that when put in the right places form this, that, or the other thing. So, like, what gives them the right to look at it, or investigate, look into your phone, your contacts, your fucking
What gives them the right?
pictures,
They just feel like it. Is that now it's too late to turn back? It's like, you know what it is? The people, the real soldiers, like the real people who are like, what the fuck up on this shit, screaming. They've been screaming, and people convinced that they were crazy. But now, the people who are surprised by this are fucking, like, cornballs. Like, people that go, oh, my God, I can't believe they're doing that. Who's going to do something? All the people that they put in prison for being crazy. Now it's left to you, bitch, with your mouth open going, how can they do this? It's too late.
That's why now people are catching on more. But do you look back and hit? Because I hate when it's like you start thinking you're at this moment in history where it's like, wow, I think people are catching on and this might be a turning point for something. And then you look back in history and realize, oh, that happened in like 54.
Yep.
Yeah, that happened in 54 and nothing ever came of it. Or, that was some other episode that, nothing ever came of.
Or in 32.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, a big crash or Nazi parties or things like that. But
in 32.
But I like to think, like, especially with all the electronic media out there and everything, that people are kind of catching on to things. But then you just look like a dumb conspiracy theorist.
But they catching on to things, but people think it's just not going to happen to them. It's too late now. Now it's like, all the real, like, people who will do something, now the rights are so askew that the police and whoever else is willing, again, regular citizens, me and you, who put on a uniform, and here's another thing about some of the police and some of the people in authority, especially women cops. I'm sorry. I was driving through the Holland Tunnel, and just two girl cops, just girls, not animals, just girls, right?
Girls.
And I'm looking at them, and I'm like, they don't understand how to have authority just walking down the street. Like, how to be somebody go, you have swagger, you have something where you go, man, I'm gonna respect this person because they exist. All their respect comes from the fact that somebody appointed them a badge and a gun. So they're gonna have to they're not getting natural respect. So they now get to fucking just shoot you. They get to fucking tase you and kill you, the people who give them problems, while everyone else is going driving by as I'm dying in the middle of the street because I'm trying to fight for my rights, which is fighting for your rights. The fucking weak people that let this happen, it is over.
It's already happened.
It's fucking over, and you got a bunch of weaklings. Like Kenny, I respect as a cop. Kenny can arrest you if he's not a cop. Kenny doesn't need the respect of fucking having a gun and a badge to get respect. But these two girls, just in no offense, but just little girls. The fact is that you're a cop because I allow you to be one.
What did you yell at these bitches out the window?
Yeah, I
of the
want to know
Holland Tunnel?
what happened.
No, I'm not fucking. Did
they pull you over?
No,
You just saw
it's
them.
a basic.
And it was
what are they gonna do?
Right.
Sometimes when you see those, especially here in Manhattan, you'll see it. And all it is a chick in a cop uniform. It's like you got no authority.
You have the authority that I say you have because I don't want the rest of the gang to beat the dog shit out of me.
All you got is
shoot me.
Right. You got a radio to call the real people to come
I mean,
harass
seriously,
me.
and it's not just a sweeping fucking insult. It's just the fact there's a lot of man cops that you go, ugh. And again, I might have said this before, but the TSA, our first line of defense, government-wise, is a fat cunt who wants to go home at 3 in the afternoon versus a guy who will die trying to kill me.
Take a bullet.
I'm a bitch who's trying to get home to watch Maury on time, who's like, can you please put your computer in take your shoes off? And she's happy about the authority she has.
So it's her versus a guy that's willing to strap explosives to his car.
The ethic of a person who's practicing to die versus, can you please take out, this is 3.2 ounces. You have to throw this away because we're protecting you for your safety. This is for your safety. Is it for my safety?
How after 9/11 did they say, you know what we need for security? Let's go through the projects and recruit some people.
Absolutely. The dregs of humanity.
Can you
waterheads? I travel to these a lot of waters. Can you please do? When I go up to the fucking thing, right? I read the TSA and I go, listen. And again, not to be fucking redundant, I've said this before. I try to have as much dignity as I can have. I dressed at home. I want to keep my fucking clothes on. You have to remove your shoes. You have to remove your coat. You can keep everything else on and choose to be wanded. So if you go an hour ahead, you got a 3 o'clock flight. If you usually leave it at 1, leave at 12, so that you can cause problems. And don't talk about bombs. Don't talk about say, sir, and go beep 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 beep, because I got a lot of jeans that just have buttons. Yeah, that'll make the shit go off. I go, I'll take a check. Because you know why? They hope they're lazy. Because they don't want to wand you. Because they're fat and they have to bend down and they have to thoroughly do their job. So they try to make.
And you do this on purpose just to make their day miserable.
If I have a 3 o'clock flight, I'm at the airport at 11:45. Causing fucking problems just to maintain my fucking dignity. Just to maintain a little bit of it.
Absolutely.
All right, we're all wrapping up here.
Shit.
We gotta like watch this Tiger Woods thing, I guess.
Oh yeah, that's the big.
That should be on like all day. Tiger Woods channel today.
They are just gonna play that over and over again. Who gives a shit?
Laptops are closed.
Woods.
I don't want to go. Where y'all going?
You could stay. Stay
I'm going
until
over your
11.
house. What are you doing? I want to see this closet.
I go. Oh yeah,
I did the closets yesterday.
How'd the closets go?
Good, man. Good.
Yeah, you getting a
How long is it going to take?
Only a week or so.
Hey,
They're fast. 10 days, something like that.
Did you give them like the whole thing? Like, I need this here, I need
fuck
that.
yeah, I
need
did.
this?
Fuck yeah.
So what you do is like between 9 and 5 or something. They come and then they every day.
They said it's easy. We'll see.
Oh, they go fast.
I need room.
They go fast.
I need fucking room.
Mind me packing up. I have an appointment.
Yeah, we're all fucking packing
Where you going?
up.
I gotta go to my house.
Patrice, you want to stay?
What fucking license are you applying for now? Fucking butterfly knife, ninja stars, nigga. You want to carry concealed?
I have a trainer coming over, yo.
A trainer?
Yeah.
He's getting back into working out this afternoon. Anthony's getting back into working out.
Make it to the gym. They come to you.
You know what it is? Because I have an exercise room. But I need like I need more stuff. So I have a treadmill and shit, but I need like some weights and some other stuff. So I got a trainer coming over, and then he's just gonna fucking come over, and I won't have to go to the gym. Another place I won't have to go.
Hilarious.
I like going.
His exercise room is a master bedroom. It's the other master bedroom.
I've never seen the exercise room. I've seen the gun closet.
It's right off the master bedroom.
The treadmill. You've seen the treadmill.
Oh, that's right.
in there.
You call that an exercise room?
It has a shower and everything.
Hey,
it has a shower.
There's nothing else in there but a treadmill.
He had a new shower put in, the jailhouse ones with the brick that he don't.
Right.
It's just an open shower after he works out, so he can snap you while you're over working out with a towel.
You need a friend? I could be your friend.
What?
The system.
Why don't you guys continue?
I'm leaving, motherfucker.
See? Push comes to shove, you're out the door too.
Stay for a high three.
A low 2 figures.
Right, and I'll stay.
Give me a strong, what is it?
Give me a strong lunch and I'll stay until 11. Patrice will be at Comics next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday here in New York City. Highly recommend you go see him. Fucking Comics is a great club, and Patrice obviously
and me
a great
and Bobby
comedian.
are doing that thing in Atlanta
Yeah,
City.
March 6th in Trump Marina.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's a big show. I think a lot of us should go down there and support
go ahead and
that.
hang out, man.
And Laszlo.
And GTA Chinatown Wars is out on the iPhone now.
Damn, iPhone?
That's pretty cool.
And also, episodes from Liberty City, Grand Theft Auto, is coming out for PlayStation 3 and PC March 30th.
Oh, thank you for the gift, sir.
Sure.
Yes, thank you.
And Red Dead Redemption comes out end of April.
Looking
All right,
forward to
guys.
that one. Oh, you might hear some surprises.
You might hear some surprises.
Yeah.
If you need weapons, you might have to visit somebody on this show.
And if you hear Opie, that will be a surprise.
I'm a loser.
You're the fucking guy who sells the upgrades? Somebody is? Holy shit.
Motherfucker, why didn't you call me to be in this game?
I was gonna upgrade gun guy?
You're upgrade gun guy? Are we allowed to say that?
I was gonna... No, we're not.
We're just not saying anything.
I was gonna put Patrice in the game, but I didn't know if you could sound like it was 1902.
Sir? If you need a gun upgrade, go rise over there. And then the character has a choice to shoot you or hang you before he goes upgrade his gun. Fucking douche.
He's out. Patrice is out.
The shoot or hang button.
Press X to hang Patrice.
And you gotta press the B real fast to keep him hung. He's just wiggling.
Holy fuck.
That X button is going to be worn out.
Oh, that is funny shit. You are wrong.
That's awesome.
Patrice, take it easy, man.
Laszlo, anything
Have a
else?
good weekend.
You good?
That's it. I'll be over to Anthony's house tomorrow night.
Yes, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Laszlo's doing his show from the compound tomorrow.
All the stuff that Laszlo wanted to talk about on our show, he'll do tomorrow at Anthony's house.
Over a few beers, a few Guinness.
Sorry,
the kegs full.
Patrice takes up a lot of time, Laszlo. You understand.
That's fine. Oogly booglies.
Oogly booglies
they
and
roll.
cheesely weasleys.
There was still some good shit in there. So,
Cheesely
hey, Black
Weasley.
History Month. We're gonna fucking look at this person today, and we'll see you guys Monday. Have a great weekend.
To celebrate Black History Month, the Opie and Anthony Show is paying tribute to those legendary African Americans without whom this country would not be the melting pot it is today. Today we honor the loyal and lovable lackey Smoke Porterhouse from the movie Caddyshack. Always at the ready, Porterhouse would not tolerate brown Audis parked in Judge Smell's parking place, wax buildup on the judge's shoes, or racial epithets in the judge's mouth.
Have you heard the latest one about the Jew, the Catholic, and the colored boy who went to heaven?
Colored boy? Why, you son of a bitch, I'll fix you, you son of a